Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to another bit of Pillars of Eternity. Feel like March. That's all. A man stands in the middle of the road. Without lowering the blade that rests on his shoulder, he takes 2 steps forward as if to speak for the group behind him. I was hoping for another gift bearer. They always carry surprises. We love our surprises. You know, my friends call me Moriarty, but you can call me Mo. Know why they call me Mo? Because when my friends give me money, I always ask for more. By we, of course, I mean me and this. It'll be quick. And try to stay still. Alright, Ethel, you've asked for it. Yeah, I'm not sure about Wall of Force yet. Oh, Saint Edmund Redeemer. Oh, pickle! Binds with fighters, barbarians, and paladins. It is. Oh Christ! So none of our characters can actually use this. Yes, this is obviously Palagina's weapon. This sword is well made, but modest in design. The lone flourish is a feather pattern radiating from the hilt, just like Palagina's head. And even this has been crafted with exquisite care. Each barb and shaft is a smooth, straight line beneath your fingers. Power and warmth radiate from this blade. Oh dear. Singed grimoire. Give her a notebook. A recurring signature in the pages of this notebook indicate that it's something belonging to Ishley. The pages contain an assortment of entries, some notes, list collection of items along their comparative value. Other pages are scribbled with notes about the land. A map of the russet marks an important body of water. Next to it, there are several underlined notes. They read, "No talk to Lottle. Formalities first. Of course, the shield should come up. Koala Mika. She's a good girl and likes to hear it before she swims down. Shidler Koala. Let's make sure she likes the fish for a job well done." Okay. And you've got a new grimoire to look at. The Black Pages. What a name for a grimoire. Oh. Singed grimoire. Oh, there's a second level sword we don't know. Merciless Gaze. I'll take that. And I'll take that. And I'll take that. Wall of Flame. Oh, yes, I'll take that. And Middleletter's Precisely Piercing Burst. Oh. Nice.
Well,
Hello. Exceptional sword. Shield. Which continuous flag for sure this is first shop and pass beyond. So that doesn't lead anywhere. No, what is? Let's just go back to this camp, see if anyone needs anything. So hopefully we're going to be going into Durgen's battery, this part. But before we do, I need to go back to Cadnua. We've got to do a little bit of business there. Put some people out of the life business. Out of the living business. Deal with Cadnua. Day and 6 hours. Ho ho ho. And let's get ourselves our buildings done as well, if we can. I don't know how much I owe my mercenaries either. Library construction complete. How many things we got to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Traps about now. Parts of exotic creatures and generates a random creature part of the oh, that's quite good. Yeah, let's do the merchant craft hall, yeah, buy weapons and arms.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, Canada is looking a lot better now, isn't it? Look at all this stuff, it's just fucking beautiful. We can actually go inside this building, we can go inside the chapel. Oh. Let's say the priest. Birthright cleric. That's what
Yes.
we want.
Of course.
May the faith of the Brath find in each a new beginning. I like that it's a temple of Brath.
Greetings.
Greetings, my lord. I thank you for restoring our chapel to its former glory. I am certain the gods look favourably upon you. I have gathered what scrolls I could find. Perhaps they could be used in your travels. Let's see what you have. I'm not going to buy them. Oh, well, maybe. Oh, actually, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. And Scroll of Valor. Oh, yeah, I'll buy that. Why not?
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think that is actually a statue of Barath. I think that's just a statue, and depending on which god you are patron to, that changes. Or they just choose a certain god or whatever.
say I'm impressed.
Or maybe it's just a god of Barath like cleric that, I don't know. I don't know. Oh! The forum needs to be restored. Yeah, some of these buildings need restoring, but otherwise, yeah. And it's just lovely to look at. And hey, our hedge base is back. Looks beautiful now, doesn't it? This is Bright Hollow. I think there's some works that need to be done here. We will rest here before we leave. Well, let's just have a look around. The library is restored. New shells smell rich with freshly cut timber. I like that they emphasize that this is new. We've got a little alchemy lab here. Nice. The botanists. Rich sewer stew balls over the hearth. Doesn't it just look gorgeous? Yeah. We'll be staying there. Get rested. Clean up our injuries. And, yeah. Yeah, Cadno does feel quite disjointed from the rest of the game. I was reading like a review on Patient Gamers, a subreddit, and yeah, they were talking about how like one of the comments was like how it's so disjointed it feels, And like Cadnur is like just this obviously tacked on Kickstarter thing. And I like Cadnur. And I love the Endless Paths of Onur. They're fantastic. But I can't deny that like it's so heavily disjointed. Yeah. And you could tell like it's a bit higgledy-piggledy in all places. A general goods merchant. Ah, of course, this is all the rewards that we've had to conquest. That's going to help pay off my boys. Max endurance, 500. Oh, hello, Cloak of Comfort.
Hello.
Greetings, my lord. Fancy a new blade? Maybe an axe? I've plenty here to take the fancy of a man of action. Perhaps some ingredients for spices for the road. I've oils and tinctures for the ailing man too. Want to have a look? Sure you was. Ooh. I'll tell you, I'll take your helmet with chisel. But he doesn't really have... yes, I think his stuff actually needs upgrading. Before you get some really good stuff in there. That's okay. He seems to be an order. I'm gonna read Scion. An Orlan. Let's do the attack from Odnur. The fifth wreck from Odnur rising from the depths to the surface world. I come to stake their claim on Cadnur. Forever imprisonment. No mind. Do that now. But yeah, I think I need to start using those buffs that I get as a priest. That's kind of what you play a priest for.
Yes.
And there the attack is resolved. Nice. We'll rest in Cadnur, and then we'll make our way back to the White March. Fifth Rack Brain, nice.
As you wish.
I believe there's stuff up here as well that we've sorted out. Psycho Rodnetta. That's the barracks for the troopers who are staying behind. Where Korgrek stays, I have no idea. Our giant ogre friend. So there's something interesting about a lot of RPGs where, especially CRPGs, you never really have the big companions. You know? It's like, in Fallout, in like Fallout Tactics, for all the problems with it... Oh, we need to go to... Right, hello. Yeah, for all the problems like with Fallout Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel, you can actually have super mutants and ghouls in your party, which no other Fallout game has well, I suppose, like, no, ghouls you've had as companions. Or Deathclaws, you've had a Deathclaw as a companion. But yeah, it's not really been done in the other games. But yeah. But you can have super mutants. But in newer ones you can't. Like, imagine if you could have in Pillars of Eternity an ogre companion. How cool would that be? I think it's a lot of things... Oh, the game's crashed. I hope I've got an autosave. 9.4% of players have recruited Zahur and Devil of Karak. Interesting. And we're back in. Okay, sorry about that, gang. Let's load that up. So we can take our latest save. As soon as this loads. Continue. But yeah, you don't see it so much. You can have smaller companions.
Of course.
But you can't have companions that are too big. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the perception bonus on the tower. There we go. And yeah, well, okay. I would have thought the Devil Carrot. I'm gonna actually check, but what's her armor like? What's her damage resistance like? Because I would have thought that her body is gonna actually have, if that's like permanent armor, it's gonna have to be pretty good, isn't it? So what does she actually get? DR8. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good damage resistance. It didn't seem like it at first. Value of 200 copper pieces. Recovery speed 40%. So by default, and we can enchant it, so we can actually improve her. We need some stuff. I want to try and get that up as best I can. Where I'm going to find an Ultra Dragon scale, I have no idea. Where can I even get that to exceptional? I need a sapphire. I'm going to need to find some stuff. We could improve her stats. Let me just remind myself of what the stats are. Let's upgrade her. Dexterity, action speed, and reflexes. So reflexes are okay. No, that's a reflex. That's a fortitude, sorry. So reflexes are good. If I want fortitude is higher. Well, right, sorry, I know I'm getting a bit off topic. I just need to find something here. So it's reach. These are all abilities, I think. I need the passive stuff. Wounds. Wasn't there something where if his reflexes were higher than his fortitude, he could block better? I don't know. Does he block? Oh no, does he block with fortitude if that's higher than his deflection? I can't remember. It's okay. So her reflex is actually really good. So she's really good at dodging attacks. Great dexterity saves there. But these need work. So I'm not going to bother with the reflexes. Her will is actually quite high. Yeah. But her fortitude and deflection needs to go up, so I need to improve that. So I need to do that with her armor. So let's absolutely improve that. So I'm trying to think, would it be Constitution? Or is and the resolve, but may also be okay. So resolve is going to be really good actually. Let's improve our resolve because we want to improve our resistances. Proofing. What else can we do to give her damage resistance? What is she resistant to? So she's already resistant to the shock. She reduces shock by 4. Because it's metal anyway. I don't really know. Ah, it's actually worse because of the art, yeah. Okay, so maybe making it resistant to shock might be a better idea. So if I do that, shockproof. There we go. That's a bit better. I can't enchant anything else. It's really only weapons and armor I can enchant, isn't it? It's not accessories. Eddie, I need to do something with you. I need to change your gear. You've got a new cloak that you can wear. Cloak of Comfort, let's have a look. So +5 to all in defenses. It's not as good as that, but his defenses are already really high anyway. But it's Fortitude, Reflex, and Will, so it's not actually improving those, but it is improving those 3 there. Okay. So he's only losing 4, and even that's coming up with his deflection. So it's going to raise his deflection as well. He gets more health, and he gets damage reduction with Crush, which I don't think he's already got anyway. So let's actually give him that. Let's try and look like a comfort. There we go. Yeah, that's just reduced that massively. So he's actually not lost too much there. Yeah. He's still wearing this helmet. Have I got anything? I can't go from any of them better, can I? Suppress Affliction. You've got 2 rings. What else? An eye patch. Oh, hello, yes. So -2 accuracy, but immunity to blinded, and damage to flank targets. How do I find accuracy? Accuracy is 90%. So 80%. That's not too bad. I'm willing to do that to prevent being blinded. And I get sneak attack bonus as well. So damage to flank targets. So as I understand it, sneak attack is basically flanking. As long as you're flanking someone, that's how sneak attack works. I'm going to look this up just to be absolutely sure, because I'm not entirely sure how this works. Oh, Google. Pillars of Eternity sneak attack explained. They'll come up with a sneak attacks are ones you perform when the target's flanked, surrounded, or incapacitated. For example, affected with blind or other effects. These are weaker, but if you can perform them more regularly during a fight. Okay, I think sneak attacks gear 50% damage to damage. Fucking hell. So I've basically just completely misunderstood sneak attack all this time. I thought you had to be in scouting mode or something like that. So yeah. So if we can get the devil behind other people, then that's going to help out a lot. Have I got any construction? Okay, so that... Oh, I think that'll be constructed by the time we get to town.
Well,
So the march, start village. Hopefully it's going to be night, because that's where we need to find one of the characters who has his stash.
I think I'd miss this place. Had that much right.
as you wish.
What did you...
Nothing.
That's what I like about you.
Beg your pardon?
You don't talk much.
Oh, Christ. Back to Cadnua. And Stalwart, I encountered and I chose to imprison him. Okay, so what's this? Solmar the Shackler has arrived requesting your prisoner to buy. He was nearly set upon by brigands. Solmar the Shackler, is it the one in Game before? No, I'm not selling him. Hopefully he goes away on his own, but otherwise, no, I won't sell him to a slaver. If I choose to release him, that's something else. Just bracelets. You reach into the barrel and find a bracelet. A thick aura of essence clings to it, fresh with memory. Feels so drawn into it. In the memory, you stride into the fishery. The floors are swept clean, but the wood is still splotched with snow melted fish guts. A man hunkers in the corner, his head nodding forward as if in sleep. He looks up drowsily as you approach. It's Grinder. His face is youthful but sallow, and his hair hangs in stringy locks. You feel a pang of anger and pity of your brother's debauchery. Ada.
It's past midnight.
He wipes his nose and examines the mingled blood and pound with the back of his hand. He shrugs. His fingers clench around coarse, thick fabric. Your father's baseball cloak tucked under your arm.
Go! To raid Ceres, or Defiance Bay, or fucking Air Glonfoth. I don't care!
He picks up the cloak and looks at it with the same sort of dull wonder. He wipes his nose on the lining. A sudden rush of fury leaves your limbs weak and raw.
I'll tell them. Mayor Sina healed. The neighbors. Everyone.
It's in the head. Okay.
About what?
The stealing. You think I haven't noticed the money missing from the fishery coffers? Or heard Tana talk about losing a golden duke? You can't be found when there's work to do, but every time those merchant wagons roll into town, you've got coin enough for a few bags of ripple sponge.
No, it's not.
Stalwart tolerates your sponge habit, but they won't abide your thieving.
You won't.
I will.
I wouldn't have shamed mother and father while they was living, but I won't let this keep up. Anger swallows up the last of your pity. Anger at him for putting you in this position and doubting your resolve, failing to see. You're close enough to smell that stale sour breath when he pushes you. You fall, watching his eyes widening and the ceiling spinning your vision. Isn't this just like him? Going into this fool tantrums, never thinking of anybody but himself, and now you're going to be nursing a headache for a week just that goes to show you can't help some people. But you remember him, too, your baby brother, running through the snow, slipping, falling on ice, and you're slipping, falling, and there's a tail behind you, but it shouldn't. The memory ends abruptly, jolting you back into the present with your feet, heart pounding and your palms sweating. This goes beyond just a bit of theft, isn't it? He killed someone. Fake strands of
You
color.
take shelter in our village and then ransack it like a common thief? You'd better explain yourself.
Well, Vina told me you're the Ripple Sponge, Amick. Seems you're much more than that.
Any who put stock in the ravings of that bitter old fool deserve all the trouble they get.
You killed your sister, Ada. Right here in this room. He opens his mouth to reply, the words catching his throat. The guard next to him stares at the bracelet, recognition turned into horror. Such a brilliant shade of agony. What fortune we are blessed with today. Quickly, what can we do to sharpen the pain?
It was an accident. I was a failure and a wretch then. But I never would have killed anyone. Least of all my own kin.
Say nothing, listen.
I gave her body to the lake. But I kept her bracelet. To remember the cost of my own weakness. I ain't asking for forgiveness. I know I don't deserve any. My penance is my work on behalf of the village. And they need it, truly. You've seen the shape this place is in. Have mercy on Stalwart, if not on me. Let me do the work Arda would have done. That's my debt to Stalwart, and the only fitting way to honor my sister.
Toss in the bracelet. Very well. Here, to the bracelet.
Thank you. Stalwart may not know what you've done for them tonight, but they'll hear of your honor.
You buy that shit up. Your fucking head. To the waterline! Okay. After travelling north from Godhammer Citadel, Palashina arrived in the Red Siren port city of Bernholt. Excuse me, several of the pirates had landed there. and sold much of their stolen booty. Some rumours from merchants and criminal elements led Pelagina to the Bone Isles, a small archipelago north of the Red Saras. The more foolhardy pirates put up a fight, and most of them fled with small scraps of cargo. In the end, Pelagina managed to recover over half of what was stolen. One item, a small and curious diving bell, was unclaimed by the conglomerate of merchants that paid for the recovery. And she got a diving helmet. Airtight! So defense against poison attacks, against dragon breath attacks. Oh, that's really nice. And look at it as well, that's kind of cool. My -1 perception. This diving helmet appears to have been on a Valian experiment in assisting underwater exploration. It only holds a small amount of air. A clever magical enchantment pressurizes the bell enough to allow for deeper dives than normally possible. Nice, well done, Pelagina. 16 hours.
What is it?
So my thinking was, like, this guy, he, like... anyone could do his job, but...
That was way too much Blackson.
anyone could do his job, but I've decided, you know what, now? He's trying to make his penance. Oh, the devil wants to talk.
Village was a touch livelier when I saw it last. Ain't saying much, though.
What do you remember about Stalwart?
Bitter cold and a persistent odor of fish. And that were just the people.
I used to play with someone who talks just like this, like their accent, but also as well like yeah, D&D played one. They played a gnome. No, a halfling rogue. Because, you know, there's no such other class as stuff for halflings. Like dwarven paladins. Well, no other class. Why did you come back anyway?
Anything's better than Galvino's workshop. You ain't heard the old buzzard sing. Anyway, what about you? We seen lots coming through, trying to crack the battery, but no watchers.
Stalwart needed my help.
The do-gooder of the Deerwood. You're a rare breed these days.
Benevolent too. I like as well that your disposition is itself a reputation. People know you for your disposition. So like here, the benevolent too. I like that system. Pillars has some really good moments with its dialogue, like paladins being empowered by their dispositions. Not by gods, not by ideals, it's more how they speak to one another. And how they carry out their will. It's really good. It's a brilliant system and I want more games to adopt it.
But don't let me keep you from the sights and sounds of Stalwart. They're easy to miss.
And it's more than just Paragon or Renegade. Good or evil. Evil or more evil. Good or more good. I want to ask you about something else. The black marbles of her eyes scrape against her sockets as she looks at you. Alvino said you murdered several people before he transferred you.
Effigy's eyes, that man loved to talk.
Tell me why you killed those people.
If it's sane and logical reasoning you're wanting, you're gonna be disappointed. Ain't no sense in any of it. Mayhap you've heard of Coldmoor. Was a quiet, forgettable patch of the woods. Till a pack of rabid clodhoppers set it afire.
That was the start of the purges. Dear Woodens killing their own.
A farmer on the other side of the mountains woke up one day with his head all aflame and took it for the gibbering speech of his god. And so did a few thousand of his countrymen. So when he tired of Vorlus fields and marched west, a horde of armed Hicks followed.
I'm gonna choose option 3 because that's gonna be a very defining moment for my character. I of course want to go for the lore option of saying you're talking about Blidewind and the Saints War, because Lord knows you can't play this game without avoiding a million references to it. So I'm going to go with 3. A different one.
Careful. Wouldn't want your god to hear you spouting heresy. But plenty were willing to follow Widewind on his blazing crusade. celebrated his coup in Raid Saris by invading the Deerwood. Most of his forces headed north to Helgat Citadel, but a lucky few thousand ventured through the mountains. Through Cold Morn. We let him pass.
You were from Cold Morn? When I heard what happened out there after the war, I couldn't believe my ears.
Fine line between couldn't and wouldn't. Maybe not, but the Raid Sarens had us clean beat in numbers. Even bumpkins like us figured that. Just look at Mercy Vale. They fought back, and now there ain't one stone standing atop another in the whole village. Besides, we asked the Duke for help. Told him Widewind's troops was coming through the mountains. Seems he had better uses for his soldiers. So we let Widewind's soldiers pass. Left him for the Duke to wrangle on his own terms.
So Cold Morn was purged in retaliation.
Was after the Godhammer made a fine grid out of Widewind, when Deerwoodens were running on rage and looking for something to burn. They came at dark, hundreds of folk. Every one of them mourning someone lost in the war. Must have decided it was our duty to escort their dead back to the wheel. They didn't light their torches till they had us surrounded. Time we saw them, there was a ring of fire closing around us. I woke, ran to the window. Whole village were a maze of flames. Couldn't see nothing for the smoke. And the screams.
I will say, the flavor text, like here, she pauses in the mechanism in the back of her skull, clicks dully. Her thumb spasms to a strange rhythmic beat. A dry chuckle tickles her throat. All this stuff, this flavour. Obviously, I've said before the prose is purple. I stand by that. But with Devil, because she's a machine, I love the consistency. I love how they don't break away from that. That's fantastic. It really does set her apart as something different. Or someone different, rather.
Most ran for the streets, got caught by the mob. Others hid, let their houses burn down around them.
I'm so sorry, that's terrible.
You're the only person in the Deerwood who thinks so. Me, I'm surprised the Duke didn't make our massacre a festival day.
Just have to do your crimes.
Hunting down the men and women what took part. Thought that much was clear.
But you only killed the people who attacked Cold Morn, right?
Sure.
Her voice is as flat and expressionless as her face.
You want me to tell you straight? I found the men and women what destroyed my village, and I burned their houses down around them. Sometimes they was alone, and sometimes they wasn't.
I like how she says sometimes they was alone, and sometimes they wasn't, rather than were and weren't. What exactly did you hope to accomplish?
It were a mob that destroyed our village, but it was just one man that burned my family's house. Kept hoping I'd get to him as I was working my way through the rest of those maggots. No matter now, I suppose.
Excuse me 1 second. I'll be back in a moment. I'm back. Sorry to keep you waiting. Right, okay, You and Galvino had an unusual relationship.
Only kind to have with someone like him. Or me.
You resent him.
No other way to feel about the man who flayed my living soul.
I think you two know each other.
Around about 13 years. Too long, you ask me.
He claimed he made you.
He'd spread butter on bread and claim he made something. Never been accused of modesty, that man. He managed to stuff my soul into this heap of bronze, true enough. Maybe that makes him a genius. Also makes him a son of a bitch.
Did you ever consider murdering him?
Every day. Just kept putting it off. It's not like either of us was going anywhere.
What exactly did you do for him? He regards you for several seconds. He shrugs.
Looked after his tools, cleaned the workshop, swung the sledgehammer. Oh, and snatched up travelers for his soul tinkering.
Those are the columns, you mean?
But don't you worry. They were all bad folk.
Thank you for telling me.
Just so you know, you got a real professional working for you. Yeah, I had enough of him too.
This, I didn't think I was going to like Devil Look Out that much, but she is actually very funny. I love her. She's brilliant. I think she's possibly one of my, if not my absolute favourite companion so far. Why did you come with me?
Stalwart's great this time of year. Beareth spells in bloom for a good 5 days, and the mountain squall actually blows the fish stench away from town. Better than staying at Galvino's, anyway.
I have lived with secrets long enough to know when someone's hiding something. I get the feeling you're not welcome at Stalwart.
I got a reputation. People in these little villages ain't the most open-minded.
Did you murder someone here?
Not yet.
Perception 14. You answered me pretty quickly. There's something you're telling me.
Plenty. But nothing you need to know.
Right. I'm supposed to believe you came all the way to Stalwart 13 years ago with the scenery.
Believe what you want. I killed a lot of folk, but none of them was in Stalwart.
About Durgen's battery.
Just 'cause I'm made of metal don't mean I got any special fondness for smiths and forges.
Do you know anything about it?
No more than what Galvino already told you.
Any thoughts on which villages I should check?
For fancy dwarven poetry? None of them ever struck me as especially literate. So whichever you can stand to get close to. And that's on you. I lost my sense of smell 13 years ago.
Do you remember any of the other expeditions that came to Galvino?
Nothing specific. Everyone looks about the same when they got their fingers up their noses. Only the last group, one before you, there was something different about them.
Fingers clenched.
Couldn't put my finger on it, but they was dangerous. Almost felt the hair on the back of my neck. Ain't felt that way about anyone else walking through Galvino's door, that's for sure. Murder, tracking, and the best materials for kindling. Those are more my area of expertise.
What's it like before the before the Saints' War?
There weren't much to say about it. By my reckoning, that means it was pretty good. Ma was a trapper, taught me to set snares and dress game. Dad was a tinker. I never had his patience, but it were fun to watch him work. My brothers and sister, they was good folk too. Part of me's glad they ain't here to see me now.
That's all. The one that got away.
Well,
What's that quest? Let's see if this person's soul is ready to be awakened.
Got to speak up?
Read a soul. You feel her essence humming and buzzing. Another personality and set memories lie dormant within her soul, convulsing as if in a fitful sleep. The contours of that dormant soul are sharp, ragged. As you reach out for it, it seizes you violently. You're standing in a darkened feast hall. Sturdy tables and benches have been stacked against the door in the far end of the room. You know it won't be enough. A few other dwarves whom your tunneling crew wait with you, shovels and pickaxes in their shaking hands.
Sinove, please. If we go now, we can get behind the barricade. We won't do any good here.
He's right, and you hear agreement in the quiet murmur of the others. But Arms Warden Marion ordered you to hold your ground here. Yet in those rising whispers, you hear the opening bars of mutiny. You've never tolerated insubordination from your crew, and you aren't about to start. So you heft your pickaxe and swing it into the man's skull. He collapses, and the others fall silent. The acrid odor of urine rises from his body.
We're gonna go down fighting. Anyone who feels differently can settle it with me right now.
Your voice is hoarse, mouths are shouting orders, but no one else moves. They cast their eyes down in the flickering torchlight. Something thuds from against the door. The others raise their weapons, picks, shovels, and a few swords, but they don't dare flinch. Your own pulse pounds at your temples. You pull back from Taina's soul, but you feel Zenova's wrath and ferocity tugging at you still. Her essence thrashes, lashing out in unseen energy. Zenova is powerful, but dangerous too. Her fury has uncared her to all unthreatening memories. You consider that there may be others to awaken. Taylor, however, seems aware of any of this. She blinks at you with cloudy, placid eyes.
You got the look of someone with his teeth around a secret.
Her cold fingers are locked around your arm, like I said.
Yes, well, if we could all keep our teeth to ourselves.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
Trying to think of who else is worth awakening. No, let's awaken you.
Got to speak up.
I try and pass it through Tana's face, and then the rumbled skin goes slack. After I ink off, she blinks like someone's slowly come into
That
consciousness.
name. It carries memories of death, war, fury, the taste of blood. What do you want with it?
Her eyes have grown unusually clear. The true warrior was buried beneath. It would explain the dead bodies all around here. I enter Durgen's battery.
What trickery is this, stranger? You think a Pargrin would so easily betray her own people?
Her hands clench and unclench around an imaginary weapon. As an evanescence stirs within the same battle-ready fury you sense in the memory from Durgen's battery. She is dangerous. Beneath Zenove, Tana's overwhelmed consciousness still struggles. The last year people disappeared hundreds of years ago. There's nothing left to betray. Zenova's rage is a heavy fog that clouds and thickens, choking Tana's fading consciousness. Zenove herself is overwhelmed as she forces Tana's eyes into narrow slits.
Lies! Arms Warden Maroon will see you cast into the White Forge.
Look around. Would you be here, stuck in an old woman's body if I were lying? Zenova at last overwhelms Tana, screaming through the old woman's mouth. In that instant, Zenova's psyche expands, filling you with a lifetime's worth of memories and experiences, including a set of verses you know to be the cantic of Durgen's battery.
Hammers of Durgen, ring loud. May the anvil's deep music resound. Walls of the battery, safeguard our works from marauder and wilder alike. Abidun's faithful travail by the forge and the fires that brighten the ore.
It's too much for dying consciousness. It shrivels and vanishes as Zenova, now in full control of Tana's body, attacks.
Yes. As you wish.
Yeah. So we just killed an old lady. Tara, sing a song. Right.
Uh-huh.
The devil wants to talk. But first, okay, we lost a little bit of tax.
Didn't think there was anything more than lice and hoarfrost to these folk, but you had a look back there. What do you find when you're rooting around like that?
Lice and hoarfrost, usually. 6. You seem rather interested in the villagers all of a sudden. Why?
Mayhap I'm looking for someone. Woodcutter by the name of Harmka.
Okay, I'm just going to use it look like.
It sure does. He was one of them. The mob that destroyed Cold Morn. I tracked him to Stalwart years ago, but got caught before I could finish my business. Oh, don't go all soft on me. He's had it coming. This man, Harmka, I saw him outside my house the night it burned, staring into the flames the way I seen you stare into souls. I knew it were a fool's errand trying to hunt down every man and woman that carried a torch into Cold Morn. But if I knew I got the one responsible for my kin and my hearth, I might could rest easy. I took a good long look that night. Ours was a little place with a yellow door right on the edge of town. He was there. Besides, I asked around when I first got to Stalwart. Townsfolk said that all the woodcutters in town took part in the purge. Point of pride for them. I told you he was part of the mob. I spotted him watching my house when it burned. But when we find him, I want to know if he's the one responsible for my home, my parents and my brothers and sister. I never thought I'd have the chance to know for sure. But you could look into his soul and find out. You being a watcher and all.
Barbecue Herzog. How do you feel about solid hunch instead? I'll do what I can.
Mighty fine of you. Mighty fine indeed. Don't know where he dallies these days, but someone in Stalwart could tell us. People from little villages, they always know.
As you wish.
I'm leveled up. Spell mastery. Consecrate ground. That's a bit of healing. Oh, we gave him more spells. Cleansing Flame. If you want to stop and read this, please do. Feel free to pause the video. Crowns of the Faithful. Minor Intercession. Prayer against treachery. Spark of the souls of the righteous. Virgin against major afflictions. Nice. Eddie. Athletics. In fact, let's go for your survival next. Because now it's level 7, you'll get damage reduction 2. Defender. Is engaged, fire deflection. Unbending, deeper rest. Grazes Skullhead's hits. Damage. Passive once. Okay. Oh, nice! Unbroken. The fighter refuses to be vanquished after being knocked out. The fighter stands back up with a portion of his or her endurance healed and temporary health bonuses to all defenses and damage reductions. Once per encounter. Per encounter is really good. Like, it's gonna have to take something brilliant to convince me not to do that. To the hit. Bearing guard. Is he frightened and terrified? Unbroken. Yeah, just revive. That's really good. And considering he comes back with what? About half health?
Yes?
That's pretty darn cool.
What is it?
Meslav, the sister of the Snake Skull, is dead. Kinda ironic, isn't it? She went around killing people for wrath, and in the end that's so— oh no matter, just take the bounty. Our reputation's gone up, and we get to level up the rest of our characters. So, Eloth, yeah, your survival comes next. Let's go for 6th level spells. Death Ring. Oh, nice. Grow damage and potentially destroying those with low endurance. Alchemist, Capricious Hex, Dazed, Sickened, Paralyzed. It's over Mysterious Whims. Torrent of Flame, Malignant Cloud. Yeah. Or Wondrous Torment. Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll go with that. And Spell Mastery. It's the second level spell I'm using a lot of. Bewildering Spectacle. Fan of Flame. Ah, Fan of Flames, I'll go for that. Yeah. Spell mastery that.
Yes.
Kana? Your law skill can go up. No, your mechanics skill's gonna go up. And I'll put another point in survival. Oh, hang on, you haven't got any stealth. Yeah, let's give you stealth. Okay. 7 men on the deck they went. Defense. A dragon thrash, the dragon wailed. For aura. 10 deflection, yeah. I must really go through Kana's chance and make sure everything's okay there. Your stealth is going to go up. Assistant distraction. Effects also. Smoke cloud. Enemies distracted. Death blows. Yeah, definitely increasing double damage. Sneak attack, so now we know what sneak attack is and how it works. I keep forgetting Zoa. Your athletic skill can go up. Turning wheel. 5 burn damage per wound. That's going to be really useful in this expansion because everything is made of fucking snow. Rooting pain, iron wheel. Damage reduction per wound. Okay, I wanted to go for that. If I'm going to go for that one, but iron wheel is going to be really good. Yeah. Turning wheel, yeah. Because if I can do burn damage and start setting fire to things.
Yes.
So, you're back. What can I do for you?
Yes, soul.
Not so brave now, are you? What? Did I spill something on myself? So, you're back. What? Armka. Saw him head out some time ago. You can usually find him and some others out in the russet wood, felling trees.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Are we the supporting cast in a revenge ballad now? They never make it to the final verse.
Is there anything else? Take care.
Thanks. Let's quickly go there. I just want to know, maybe he was a witness. He might well be responsible for this, but we've got to go and find out for ourselves. It is only fair. I've got nowhere near enough battery to... Some other shackler leaves the stronghold. Good. Okay, so we know that we don't have to take that offer. So he can still be imprisoned. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, shit. That's why I'm losing money. Because people are dying. Need to hire a new cleric. Route eye line breaker. Vagabond Scald. And Warden of the Wilds. But yeah, my other security died. Great. 6 hours that finishes in, great. Woodcutter's Grove. Woodcutter's Grove, that way. That's him. I remember that weak chin and those knobby knees. Weak chin and knobbly knees. Can't be too many people matching that description.
How goes?
Auroch's Shadow. What's that wicked thing doing here?
Why are you so nervous?
It's a killer! Look, we don't want no trouble. Just trying to do our work. We'd be much obliged if you'd leave us be. And take that thing with you.
Enough. What do you see, Rodney? Is that the one who torched us? I'll read his soul. Open your awareness and reaches out through his. You see memories. Snow-shrouded forests partitioned by fallen pines and firs. Days measured by the steady swing of your axe. There are other moments too, recollections that flare up like a hearth's welcoming fire. There are children, spry and lanky like you, but still full of the rowdy energy of youth. Together, you scatter winter bloom petals on a grave. You reach deeper into Harmika's soul. Years back, roll back. A torch in your left hand bathes your face and shoulder in heat. All around you are other men and women holding other torches, as if the mountain air is acrid with the stench of smoke and sweat. Rage billows off the others. It's been a fever in your blood for days now, exhausting you and invigorating you in equal measure. You're at the edge of that town, Coldmorn. It's hours yet before dawn, but commotion has started to awake in the village. Candle lighting ignites behind the frost-crusted windows, and haunted faces peer out at you through the glass. You begin to doubt yourself. Just then a door slams. A villager comes racing through the streets, kicking up snow, with a stark white face and pale hair. It almost looks like a ghost. The line of torchbearers ripples as he gets closer. He picks up speed, but no one moves towards him. Imagine him breaking through the row, shattering your ranks like the bad dream that all brought you here. Imagine waking up in your bed with the heat still in your torch, nothing more than the warmth of your wife living next to you. Instead, the villager reaches the row of torchbearers, a stone's throw away from you. A woman advances from the line and buries a dagger in his neck. The rest of your fellows shout. Rage, memory, and bloodthirsty triumph boil up in you. You all came here with a purpose. You all came here to bring justice to the traitors of Coldmorn. The next few hours are painted in colours more vivid than life. You put your torch to anything that stands, and your sword to anyone who runs. It's as if Magrin herself whispers in your ear and guides her hand. Exhaustion has almost cooled your rage when you spy a house at the edge of town. One of the only buildings hasn't already burned. It's flanked by knotty spruce trees. The door is painted yellow. Yellow. The bloom of sunrise. The hue of your son's hair. The colour of cowardice. Just then, someone barrels into you from behind. It's a man, someone you remember from the journey to Coldmorn, though you can't recall his name. He snarls at you, mad with indiscriminate rage, and it occurs to you that he's mistaken you for one of the villagers. You smash the window and hurl the torch inside. The man has turned away. You think you hear the child shriek within the house, but it's impossible to tell above the roar of the riot. Hamaka shivers as you pull away from his memory. His eyes are wide with guilt and fear. He burned down the house. It's not that simple. Don't give me that greasy horse shit! You looked into the squalid dregs of his soul, now tell me what you saw. She steps towards you, strangely clumsy. Heat-bound streak and flare across her body. The snow melts around your feet. You burned down your house.
What did you say?
What did you feel like? A torch in your hand. The blades you carried, what did they feel like? A wild and human scream echoes out of the bizarre machinery of her throat. It drops Harmaka and his companions to their knees, where they cry out in terror, yet squeal and crank as she rushes at him. Right, you've attacked someone. This is on you. You're all fucked up there.
Yes.
Almost 15 years I've been looking for him.
He stares as you approach. The ink-black marbles of her eyes fixed on some point, just a point. Her essence swells and swells in the throes of contemplation.
All that fretting and wondering. And the deed's over in less time than it takes to tell.
I hope Karmika's death has brought you peace.
Then I shiver to think on the judgment you'd pass on me. I killed a lot of folk in my time. Felt their blood slick in my hands, smelled their flesh as it burned. And I always used to imagine what it would be like to have Harmka under my knife, feeling his breath come hot and fast, smelling the fear ooze out of him.
Say nothing.
Couldn't feel a thing. His fading pulse weren't no more than a powder of rain to me.
What do you mean?
This body, it weren't made for feeling. Gouging my fingers into Harmka's wasting flesh, his screams just buzzing in my skull. All it did was remind me.
Of what?
That this is a madman's fever dream. Like a prison, but no, 'cause in a prison, you lay your head down and you feel the straw soft beneath you. Your flesh prickling in the cold, black bread crumbling on your tongue.
Come now. It can't really be all as bad as that.
I still dream I'm folk. I wake up some mornings wondering why I can't feel the floor beneath me, thinking I must have fallen and gone crippled. But then I lift my head, see a bronze corpse stretching out in front of me.
Sorry you have to go through that.
It's not pity I want, it's a choice. I dream too of what Galvino did that night. Those moments. I'd endure another cold morn if it'd spare me this fate.
What happened exactly?
It was after I got caught in Stalwart. They'd locked me in a little house by the inn, the old mayor and his cronies. When a crowd of them came for me in the dark of night, I was only surprised it had taken them so long. Only they didn't march me to no gallows. No, they snuck me to another house on the edge of town, real sneaky-like. That's where I met Galvino.
What was he doing there?
He was fiddling with some machinery in his workshop. Had his sleeves rolled up even though it was cold enough to see your breath. Never actually looked at me until he started fitting some copper helmet over my head. By that time, the mayor's goons had me trussed up good and tight. Galvino was having himself a grand time barking orders at that lot.
What do I have to do with this?
He'd agreed to hand me over to Galvino for an experiment. Claimed it was a fair punishment, but the townfolk weren't too pleased at being denied their stone pitching. Didn't help that they heard the jangle of copper in that deal. In the end, that's what sent Galvino and the old mayor packing. So while Galvino's fastening that helmet over my head and them copper bands around my arms, I'm starting to look at his contraption. And that's when I see it. It's this metal suit strapped into the machine just like me. A cold, dead-eyed thing, all done up with fancy carvings and such.
This was the suit you inhabit now, you mean?
The one. I start asking Galvino and the rest of them what's going on, but they're too busy to answer. Then suddenly, they're waiting, staring at me with that fixed, horrified look, but they ain't watching me. They're watching for something to happen. Galvino tells the woman nearest the machine to flip the handle. And then, just pain. Being torn apart every which way, feeling my soul peeled from my body. By the time I came to, I couldn't feel a thing. Just this dull, distant sort of ache.
I heard the old man clattering, cackling and chattering. When I saw him leaving Elmeray, looking down with me in hungry eyes, I tried to scream, tried to swing at him.
I think that was when I knew.
That's how you ended up here.
Sure enough, and how Galvino ended up in that little shack. The rest of Stalwart didn't take kindly to having a killer in their midst, nor to seeing their mayor and the Ornery Valians strike a secret deal. They drove Galvino out, destroyed a fortune in machinery, and wrote a letter to the Academy in Salona, ruining what was left of his name. Still, he's lucky he didn't get a pelting. The old mayor fled too, and Stalwart's been as snug and cheery as ever.
Now that we've dealt with Hark, what you didn't? Why have you stuck around?
You're better company than Galvino. Been a while since I were out in the world. Guess I'm keen on seeing more of it. Even if I'm stuck with a bleeding heart. Anyways, I've been wondering about that fortress.
Well, the secrets of the dwarves, perhaps. It's quite fixated on a squeaking giant.
Near everyone thinks it'll have just the thing they need. Those villagers wanted to fix up their brook downtown. Galvino always thought it carried some great secret of Animanson. And all them adventurers came looking for fancy gear.
What are you hoping to find?
I don't know. Something to help me feel. Or forget. Effigy's eyes, maybe just something new. I just figured, with those dwarves being expert smiths and all, maybe they had something to unmake me. Put me back into my body.
Perhaps we'll find something yet.
You really think so, huh? Well, ain't like you to blast hot air.
Well?
Let's go to the battery. Yeah. Yeah, what happened there was a fucking tragedy. People got angry. And he threw that torch. Because if it wasn't... Because everyone else got riled up. I'm sorry for the loss of his son. Obviously, makes us do crazy, crazy things, but... Fucking hell. Found and buried. Superstitious folk near Road's End have been acting on a rumour that the hair of a dead virgin that was bound and buried alive can cure a hollowborn. Not only has it resulted in horrific attacks against young women, but unscrupulous merchants have taken to selling bits of hair to those who don't have the stomach to perform the act themselves. Roads and local thanes have assigned agents to root out the problem, but they've had little success. That's in the Grieving Mother. So something's been built. What else do we want now? I want the good stuff. Oddball Curiosities from the Curio Shop. Generates a random creature part every turn of the Stronghold Treasury. So I really want some of the cool stuff like dragon stuff. So if I can get like an Ardra dragon scale, that'd be fucking awesome. Oh, sorry, I've tabbed out so I can't check my map. Okie dokie. Let's go this way and just see what there is. Dwarves!
That caravan must have had a half-ton of steel. Coinmaster Zoltan's finally getting his way.
For now. The other commandants will have his head.
Only if they don't tear each other to pieces first. I heard Maroon and Exandru.
Shh. Last thing I want is to get on Maroon's bad side.
Fine, just say the words then. I'm getting hoarse.
The dwarves sealed the door, never to emerge again. If there are answers, they lie within.
So we can do it that way. Let's go in the main way. Let's honor this place. Don't forget as well, we've got to make sure the doors are open for the townsfolk. So... Hammers a Durgen ring loud. Let's place first of all... Yeah. Okay, so place the anvil relief. Hammers a Durgen ring loud. May the anvil's deep music resound. Is to a single position? Your hand pulses the strikes the metal. Yellow bear. Sorry, that looks a bit like a skull there. Alright, okay. Walls of battery safeguard. How works on the board. A wild owl like. Strike the warriors. Oh, okay, so. One, strike the anvil relief. Walls of battery. Strike the crenellated wall relief. And then we strike the soldiers, I think. Appleton's faith will travail by the forge, and fires that brighten the ore. Examine the mouth more closely. So that's what these are lightheaded. Press the dragon's tongue to light a fire in the mouth. Use a torch to light a fire in the mouth. Fire catches the warm vapor with a billowing whoosh. Dragon's eyes are alight, and flames lick at the edges of his mouth. 2 seconds later, the pellet slides away as the 2 enormous doors swing open into a grand hall. Open the sealed doors of Durgen's battery. I was expecting the doors to look a bit thicker than that. But look at this. Flames light up Durgen's battery. A very defensible place indeed. I think we're just about ready to end. Let's save the game. And then we'll make our way inside. Makes me want to play Dragon Age. You know, with Orzammar. Dwarven City was amazing. It was really good. Like, BioWare outdid themselves for Dragon Age. The reason why that game works is because it wasn't meant to be a sequel. Ah, Garrod's Helm.
Whole place feels like it doesn't want us here. Like a farmer with a good-looking daughter.
The city of Abaddon is marked, bottled and tarnished. Each bolt and rivet appears crafted with a medical detail.
I think I see something.
We earned this. Durgen's steel has lined our halls in gold.
Your vanity dishonors Abaddon and cheapens us all.
These weapons are ours. Or have you two forgotten how to hold a sword?
This what it feels like to be a watcher? I think I'd be going crazy too.
Let's go to the top. So yeah, so it's interesting that they can see the spirits as well. We really have awoken something here.
Hey, how's that song go again? The one you was singing a minute ago?
North and home again? Just getting into the mountain spirit. I'll keep it to a hum, if you like.
No, it was nice. In fact, you could sing it some more, if you want.
I like that. Yeah, Dragon Age. Yeah, so it wasn't actually meant to be a sequel. Like, if I do a Let's Play of it, I probably will actually go into greater detail about it. But yeah, it was not meant to have a sequel. That's the reason why that game is so tightly wound up. And and the world building is excellent as well. In fact, I might have to do that next after this, after Deadfire, because it's so fucking good. It was so self-contained. It wasn't meant to be a trilogy. It wasn't meant to have anything else. It's like the entire story is self-contained. Even the DLC Awakening undoes a lot of the progress, and I don't like that.
I can do that, as requested.
There's gonna be fucking traps here.
Not a sound.
It's like the vanishing of the Dwemer for me. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it was.
My
Or
generation built this keep to
spiritual
honor
successor to it.
not to further your greed and ambition.
We're Pergrunen. Our forefathers explored and conquered, but you've stuck us in this frigid hall.
Paved with gold and marble. I won't allow us to abandon our legacy for your delusions.
No, you'll peddle it away to line your pockets. How much have you made selling our steel, Zoltan?
Again with your lies. You think I don't hear you turning the others against me? These walls echo, and...
Enough! I'll send the Forge Guardians on both of you if that's what it takes.
In fact, you've got the flaming fists. That's better than making shot to work with. Yeah, we need to get inside so we can actually... Yeah.
Yes.
I'll see what I can find.
Table. Record of production. Here is our current accounting of this month's production. 20 long swords, with 15 axes, 12 hammers, 7 maces and 2 flails. 7 full suits of armour for Forge Guardians, 30 additional suits of armour. The Commandant's remark on production rates, kindly remind them that we have received 30 different work orders from them. Vessel, Mastersmith of Durgen's Battery. Another note, a note in another hand, is written at the bottom of the page. What does Exandru need with so many Forge Guardians? Keep an eye on him. M. So there seems to be a bit of civil war here.
I can do that.
Yeah, I don't remember if the Dwemer thing was actually solved or not. Oh. Push and prone. Eddie, what shoes are you wearing? That's pretty good, but no. No, no, no. You are having these shoes. Where are they? Where have I put the shoes? You've got them. Great. So, when hit with a critical hit, lay down consecrated ground. Move speed. Yeah, that's like you can have that.
What is it?
Suppress affliction. Okay. So not great, not terrible. Let's move on. Next room, scouting. Any traps? No, there'll be one there. Nope, okay. That's Zoltan. Esteemed kind Master Zoltan, I write to you in anger and bafflement. Have I not been a faithful customer to you? Have I not been fair in my dealings? Yet after all our businesses together, your people turn me away like some filthy beggar. I arrived at the battery a fortnight ago, thrust in my... yeah, that's supposed to women do a beard, so I'm going to do it in a lady's accent all the same. Frost in my beard and not a morsel in my belly. Barely had I unhitched the horses when your Commandant Exandru came to meet me. The priest told me that I would be a welcome, but my profane business would not. In short, I would have to leave at first light. My wagon's empty. Certainly this is but a negotiation tactic, I told Exandru, that I would of course see him compensated along with you. Left in the huff, and when I presented myself at the door, it was Commandant Marn, your arms warden, who met me. She told me to leave at once, that she wouldn't have any of my coin-grabbing hands tarnishing Durgen steel. Now, I appreciate forceful bargaining as much as any man of clean, but I was cold, hungry, and put off by your payments, so I showed her the letter you had sent me, invited me to examine your latest stock of Durgen steel. Commandant Maroon drove a rapier through the letter and sliced it in two. She then warned me that a blade, a fine weapon indeed, would be the last I ever laid eyes on if I did not hie back down the mountain at once. Never have I endured such humiliation and expense, only to return home empty-handed. I do not understand what has passed between you and your associates, but I urge you to take charge. I fear the other commandants will be undoing, indeed that of all Durgen's battery, if you do not deal with them swiftly and decisively. Vestre Aneto of Cesaro. Ooh. Bind Death Store, nice.
Get out! Out!
It's an interesting subtitle there. Yeah, I still want to look through these rooms.
I think I see something.
Of course. But at least it's obvious. Yeah, now them come to us, you fucking idiot. Ah, just trigger the traps instead. Got a flames?
Step lightly.
Ain't that special?
As requested. I can do that. As requested.
He won't see me coming. He'll regret this.
I can do that. As requested.
See, again, you're hearing that. Oh, hello. Oh, yes, the helm. You're actually hearing the voices. You don't get this in the main story. You're walking around. You're going fucking crazy. That is missing in the main game. The White March is a great expansion, but it's even better for the Watcher. Because the main story is you're going after Theosix Arcanon, and the Watcher stuff is secondary. Yes, here you're going after Durgen's battery, and the Watcher stuff is secondary, but it's so integral, it's ingrained so heavily into it. I really like it. You get moments like this where it just happens. You don't have to go seeking it out, like with the Kickstarter pack of stuff. As it has twice before, your vision blurs and fades to black. When it returns, you find yourself on your knees, a shattered sword in your hand and a broken, battered helmet in front of you. Your helm. You can feel blood pouring down one side of your face, and you know that for certain you will never see out of your left eye again. Arrayed around you in a circle of other warriors from some of your tribe, the rest of the enemy tribe, watching the combat in silence. You're going to die, old man. The bronze is brash, but young and strong. You still think single combat was a good idea? You do. Last winter's famine took a heavy toll on your tribe, and your warriors were in no shape to fend off an all-out attack from its enemies. Single combat was your tribe's only hope. But not if you lose. Pretend to pass out. Once again, the world stops, Mary's trail waiting your guidance. You keel over, surreptitiously grabbing one of the broken horns from your helmet as you do. You lie there, eyes closed, listening for your opponent's approach, trusting in his arrogance to come over within striking distance. Pathetic. You hear the crunch of the other warrior's feet near your head. In a flash, you strike, driving the horn upwards in your foe's unarmored groin. He howls in agony, but you keep striking again until it's silent. Enemy warriors snarl and shout when they see their champion fall, but soon leave your village peacefully, bound by the combat's results. Yes, it's all coming back. My sister, my Irene. The end. Oh! Red looks at his own spectral form with a sad surprise in his eyes, watching it begin to fade. But I've only just seen it. There's so little time to know what to make of it all. So I'm gonna get out of this, or no, I'll say farewell, Gerard. Farewell, Gerard. The wheel has no patience, it seems. I entrust my helm to your care. You find Gerard's helm in your hands, whole and unbroken. Farewell, my friend. That was really cool. Gerard's Chorus. 3 Might of Retaliation. Characters hitting self take 6 to 10 pierce damage. Who can I give that to then? Because you'd probably benefit from that a lot. 3 might. What is your might anyway? 17. Oh, so that'll bring him up to 20. So it increases damage. It would be good for a tank, wouldn't it? But you've already got Resolve and Perception. Say if I remove that, what happens? You're not losing much. So if I give you that, because you're taking a lot of blows. But now, you can do a lot more damage. And you can have this. Doesn't look as good. But, hey ho.
Well?
Bound bird. Though grieving mother was unable to find the source of the rumours plaguing Rhodesend and the surrounding earldom of Hellsgate, the local authorities assisted in breaking up mobs, punishing would-be murders, and preventing all young women from being buried alive. A particularly large and violent mob at Kettle Hill Cemetery required a grieving mother to rally the local soldiers and put down the primary troublemakers. On the body of the biggest belligerent, grieving mother found an old magical rope that he intended to use on a local young woman. A wizard advisor of the Earl of Hellsgate suspected that the rope had been created by the same person responsible for spreading the rumours and inciting the attacks in the first place. Binding and Constitution was binding. Character settings. Okay, me? I'll stop for 3 seconds. Not bad. Constitution. This cruel instrument was created by a resident of Hellsgate who was pursuing a rumour that promised a cure for the Hollowburn crisis. He intended to use the rope to bind a virgin girl and bury her alive, later pulling the corpse on the ground to harvest some of her hair for the cure. Despite the nefarious purposes, the binding rope still possesses use of powers. Yes. Rather disturbing.
Yes. I will walk unseen.
Oh, look at here.
No.
Hey.
Let's actually get one out of the room.
Hey.
Close the door. Bad Greta shield. Okay, this will be interesting. Oh, nice. This heater shield bears the Black Wolf of the Bad Greta line, as well as the personal shield of the shield's last bearer. So, personal sigil of the shield's last bearer, Mekron Bad Greta. A renowned fighter, Mekron had a reputation for practicality and ingenuity, and in his hands his shield was as much a weapon as his blade. Mekron had a particular fondness for taking on spellcasters, for his shield could reflect his foe's own arrows or spells against him, and a blow to the face from the barricade was usually enough to put an end to further casting. While their Ungrada cousins went on to rule the Cold Water region, the Badagradas did not survive the War of Defiance. Mekron himself perished in the Battle of Defiance Bay, and his shield passed into the hands of a series of noble masters before slipping from common recollection.
Well?
Go to the driving wave. Oh, okay, so let's just have a little look at what we've got here, because we've got some nice treasures. So, let's compare the shield. So, 12 for deflection. Okay, fine. It grants bash. So, interrupts the target. I don't know. I think I'm going to go for this one. I mean, it's something a bit different, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that nice? So. I've got another ring as well. Suppress affliction. We've already got that. Why not? And what else we got? Any other weapons I want to give to anyone? We've picked up a belt, haven't we? Galvino's resistance for fire. Okay, 100 uses per encounter. Strength rises 8 souls that dwell in Durgen's battery. Oh, oops, daisies, I was kind of meant to be using this. Okay. Whoops. No, let them come out. Yep, come on out.
Cowards.
Yes. That seems to be working.
Hey.
How long before the commandants come to blows?
Did you see the look in Maroon's eye? What is it? Sandro had better watch his back.
What is it? Yes?
More gauntlets. Of melee. Let's have a look. Are you wearing any gloves? You are. Deflection. Okay, in that case, you can have these then. You are a melee DPS character primarily.
Yes.
Zoltan's the only one with sense. Anyone who says otherwise is a fool.
That cheat sold our steel and kept the coin himself.
Maroon? She won't rest until our corpses decorate the halls.
Yes.
If it's working.
We've got to survive by any means necessary.
Yes.
We'll have blood
Yes.
in these halls before long.
Answered Maroon. As you approach the doorway, a wave of essence ripples through the air. The ancient stones grind and groan around you, and the woman's voice echoes through the halls.
Stop right there. You must be some merchant come to speak with Zoltan.
It's a pause in which the Rowan's wrathful essence gathers like a storm cloud on the other side of the door. The entire room creaks from the pressure of her presence.
I picked the lock, but I think she'll notice.
Our illustrious coin master may let you plunder our armory, but I've got other ideas for dealing with your lot.
Her voice is sharp and loud, like the slamming of a door. As the loud words echo in the chamber, the ghosts startle and flinch, glancing in agitation.
Turn and go before I show you how an arms warden deals with trespassers.
What's going on here?
Pargroon and quarrels are no business of yours, outsider.
Who are you?
I'm Maroon, proud Pargrin and arms warden of Durgen's battery. And you're answering my questions now.
A group called the Leaden Key is searching for something here. The ghosts stare, looking and around and shivering. Their eyes widen and glow as they light on you. You notice you for the first time. Just quickly they gaze away and seem to forget you once more. But now they seem more alert, wary.
Whoever you're searching for, I haven't seen them. And none get past me. Leave our halls. Go back to whatever land you hail from.
Your foundations were blessed by Abaddon himself. What harm could I possibly do?
You sound like Exandru. At least you're no friend of Zoltan's, then. You may pass, but don't make me regret this. I'll be watching you.
Oh.
As you wish.
So I'm guessing those spirits might well have been hostile. Mines. A mine! The White Forge, continue past the mines. Let's see what awaits us here.
We can't hold them off!
Fall back!
She's holding them on her own. Each rise ripples and rises on the great covered hallways before you. Something heavy broke through the railing and it gouged a chunk of the bridge. Oh, you sneaky bitch. These vessels, yeah, they are good. Oh, you idiot. Shoot them. Oh. No, 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 don't. Go through there and chase whatever's there. Right, Aloth, here. Right, okay, yeah, let them come towards.
Bring them down.
After them. Don't chase any more than you need to.
Yes.
I think we best rest up.
As you wish.
They're coming! To the mines!
Good thing I'm freshly greased.
You're an animancer. Leaving in 8 days. Okay, I probably get to her in that time, so I don't think I need to worry about that too much right now. So I know what Aloth thinks of animancers, but I kind of want to work with them. I think they do more good than bad at the moment.
What is it?
They won't see me coming.
That's right.
I can do that, as requested.
It's deflection.
What
nice. Okay, what's over there? The workshop. Let's check something real quick. Controls. Quick save. It might be a bit faster than
I can do
just saving all the time.
I can do that.
What is it?
I'll give it a
okay,
try.
I'll break it. Okay, that's fine. Gonna break scope for a level up as well.
Don't look back!
Keep running!
Something burns beneath it, but you can't see what.
Out of my way!
As you wish.
Anything else seems worthy of note here? Girl's skin.
They're
It's a
coming over the
fine touch.
barricade!
Really opens up the hall.
Yes.
Losing ground!
Of course.
Hold them off! Move!
gears. They're coming.
For the battery!
Let us in! They're coming!
To seek the White Forge in the north. Reached Old Valley in the west. So I wonder if it's the thing. So, a cold wind from the south reached Old Valley in the west and bore our parents east to find the White Forge in the north. Examine the socket. Okay. So we've got to figure out how to get that open. I'm guessing all of the keys.
Blasphemy!
Let's see what we got.
Night Shroud. Oh, a 100 mace. The weapon of my god. Shadows ooze and pool around you, filling your mind with memories of furtive expeditions, clandestine meetings, and the traffic of secrets. You hear the whispers of men and women who struck and survived by the power of this weapon. Ooh.
These are Abidan's treasures!
Well?
Okay.
Yet. Some rest would renew our souls.
What is it?
I think I see something.
So, you want to talk?
A hopeless battle was waged in Durgen's battery. They seemed to know that their deaths had come, yet many fought on.
They pulled a great legacy. They had no reason to fear death.
Their bravery was not enough in the end. They might have made great Nalpazka warriors, if only they had been born to Khan.
Yes.
Step lightly.
Well?
Inspect the stone carving. Put the sigil of the helm in its pressure. They do not appear to physically. Okay. The sigil. Okay.
What is it? You profane Abidan.
Oh shit.
Sacred ground.
I know, I need you all coming over. Come on, let's go. And then just trigger the trap, get it done over with. Because the thing about traps is, like, if you can't disarm them, there's not much else you're really actually going to do. You achieve nothing else. So, if you can't disarm the trap, you don't get, like, you can try and dodge past it, but it doesn't work like that as well in this game. Oh, it's a helmet. Okay, sigil of the helm. Link clicking by the stone wall. Okay. Right, let's rest up again. Because it's taking too many injuries. It can be a problem in CRPGs. The idea of, well, look, there's nothing else I can do to get past this point in the game. So, kind of shit out of really, blood. Oh dear.
Hey.
Oh.
We're outnumbered.
I've got a moth. Don't know how they get moths, lately. He's been hiding away somewhere.
You hear that?
Erasma's note letter. Something was hastily scrawled on this page. It reads, Flora, I'm trapped here, but I take heart in knowing that you're safe below. This ends, take whatever you can carry and leave a Fort Bone Picker at once. Take our nephew if you can, it's not safe here. Keep this with you. Love, Erasma. The other side looks like a poem, but it's obscured with dirt.
Are we safe here?
Quiet.
A Constitution +3. Not bad, but I've kind of already got better gear. Like, there's some really good loot in this place, but
We can hide here.
so there's just
They're going to come for us here, and
it's just not really proving worth it right now. The dwarfs' essence remains on the floor, covered in dirt and swathed in cobwebs. Essence drifts nearby, hanging in the stale air like dust motes. I'll reach out to the essence. It takes little additional effort, but you manage to gather the floating essence to you. You work your way into it and suddenly find yourself immersed in the soul's memory. The shock hits you with an almost physical force. Your heart hammers within your chest. Other Pug run and rush past you, retreating or attacking. It's gotten hard to tell. You're running along a dark tunnel, pushing your overtaxed body as fast as it will go. Your heart pounds faster with each step. Concussive thumps echo above you. Each one seems to resound on your heaving chest. You pass the mines and reach the main hall. It's packed with shouting, shoving, panicked dwarves. Even if you could reach the door at the other end without getting trampled or beaten to death first, something in the fear of the crowd tells you that it's already locked. The tunnel ring behind you rings with screams. You had another dial for the door to the forge below, but it's locked in the workshop. On the other side of the barricade. The sound of the battle grows closer. You race to the mines, ignoring the building pressure in your chest. You scurry deeper into the mines, losing track of your path. When tunnels seem to close around you, you stumble and fall. You try to pull yourself up with the arm is full with pain. Even though you've stopped, you can't seem to quite catch your breath. For the first time, you notice a squeezing agony in your chest. Darkness gathers around you. You pull back from the memory, gulp of air. I'll take the key from the body. Yeah, screams of horror and fury. Dead at Durgen's battery conversion you. Your natural teeth, claws, and claws bad.
Bring them down. Brave, thou shalt not believe.
So we're still not quite sure what's actually attacking them.
What is it?
And what has them so scared. This is a rather interesting thing.
Stop her!
Of course we're all fucking paralysed.
What is it?
Brave, thou shalt not
Is that all?
So this fight is winnable, but it's gonna be a fucking pain. Yeah, fuck it, let's do some summons. These things are means knocked down. No, good.
What is it?
Need some healing. In fact, I'm gonna revive the unconscious. There we go. We're attacking that one. We're attacking that one. Yeah, that paralyzation just sucks. Just kills all the joy in combat. Oh great, it's just me and him. You know what? Revive the Fallen. Yeah, let's go with Chain Lightning. You're attacking that one, good. You're attacking that one, good.
Right here.
Let's try corrosive damage. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but it's worth a go. anything's worth a go at this point, and we also need some massive healing here.
Alive? I need some. Move.
Well?
Oh, we're gonna have to rest again. Please some of these things before you die. There we are. Oh, don't tell me that fucking immediate.
We gotta take.
Great.
Well?
Let's rest again. Hiling payday.
As you wish.
Quick save. We can get the minecart. I'm starting to like my rogue more. Devil Ocarix is really cool as a class. Yeah, because like, I didn't quite understand how sneak attack worked, and that's why I've always sort of been turned off by rogues. But then all it means is basically you're just flanking enemies, which is good to know. Sneak attack bonus. Gee whiz. I wonder who these are for.
What is it?
There's purpose for the collapse some time ago. Ooh, okay. At least we've got now a key to the workshop. Quick save. That's like your chance, Kana.
Following your lead.
So, March of the Komodo. Let's go for chance C. Start burning effect on all weapons. Actually, these are all really good. I don't need that one though. Let's get rid of that. This is deflection. What other phrases can we have? Chris, I don't need deflection. Deflection's not. I mean, it's good, but frightening enemies. What's frightening do? It's reducing their accuracy, which is all right. And that one goes on for quite a while. So, Chansey. No, I'm fine with that one. So that's a nice quick one. Okay. So B, let's start with the debuffs. So reduce their effects. Allow party then to attract, and this one can be offense. Or party-based stuff. Done well. That's a buff. What's this one? What should we call this one? Let's name our chance. Let's turn the wheel lest thee be crushed. Turn the wheel, yep. And this one is no. Slow wheel grinds harsher. Slow wheel grinds harsher, and then this one is going to be what can we call this one? A nice buffing chant that gets the blood up. Ballad of All Firebelly. Yeah, so we'll try that one.
Yes. As you wish.
I should think it was an Elder Scrolls game without slowly that door opened. Oh, ice trolls! That's oh my fucking Christ, that's a lot. We know the drill, don't we? Giant ice troll, that's not good. Got Flaming Fist, that'll help. Have I got any fire spells? Let's use these. Let's use our pillars. Just keep it there for just a little bit more. Fireball. Any other fire spells? Ah, fucking fireball on everyone. I wonder why the rogue keeps going down. Oh, it's actually really handy that everyone's got flaming weapons here as well. So was it the trolls?
As you wish.
It's the battle plan. Tempered helmet. Okay. Defense against charmed, confused. Wow, okay, that's a lot there. The stone dial, okay.
What is it?
So we've got a new helmet. I can't wear them. Where's that helmet gone? Is it gone in the stash? So, tempered helm. Per kill, which would be really good on our rogue. And damage reduction. Defense. It's just really good. Feel a powerful rage start to descend on you. Oh, okay. Maybe not.
Well,
I don't actually think there's cursed items in this game, which is normally a consideration for loot. Oh, hello. It's good that it gave us a chance to set up. Yeah. No! Now we funnel them through. Let's set up consecrated ground. Let's get rid of something that's going to get rid of these paralyzed effects. So what's causing this? Is it charmed? Stunned. Okay. So what have we got here that can reduce paralyzed and petrified? Confused and dazed. Temporary immunity blind, distracted, hustle, sick and stuck. What if I weren't stuck? Coordinated positioning, swap places. There we are, so she's safe. Oh, you're joking. One of them made it through? Punch it. Why can't she use her ability to heal? I don't understand that. Ah, does she not get it because she's a android or something? Or whatever the proper terminology is. Eddie, I don't know how the hell you got through that, but should we engage that, please? Knock that one out. Yeah, she's got 2 injuries now. This ain't good.
What is it?
I need to really be careful with her, I think. I think her position needs to change, maybe. She might be better with the ranged attacks, actually, come to think of it. Yeah, but I think that's what I'll do, I'll switch to her. Because I know she's getting a lot of stuff from stuff, but... Death blows, yeah, so actually she probably could actually do that. Let's give you a bow. You want a bow instead? Cloud Piercer. Jolting Touch. VDR Bypass. Two-handed. Let's give you a bow instead, hon.
What is it?
You ain't gonna have any troubles then. Well, you'll have fewer troubles.
As you...
But you ain't gonna go down as easily. And I don't have to keep fucking resting all the time. So I still haven't got what they want. Curiouser and Curiouser. What about this? Place a stone disc in the socket. Okay. Now I just need to try and figure out how to do this puzzle. Because I'm trying to make sense of the poem. Or the code. So, so, a cold wind from the south reached Old Valley in the west. So, down. So, south. Southwest. East. North. Southwest, east, north. So. South. West. East. North. South. West. North. Where's the disc? Okay, right, so you push the disc for to confirm your choice. So, south. West. East. North. At first nothing seems to happen, but after a few seconds have passed, the disc recedes deeper into the socket. You hear a clunk and a rattle of chains. The door swings nearby swings open. The way is clear. Foundry. Oh, the foundry. This might be where we find the anvil. Or whatever this is. One can certainly hope. Several skeletons have laid alongside one another. Their legs and bruises are open, but didn't have another statuette left among them. Abaddon protects. I couldn't tell you much about Abaddon. I know he's like the god of the forge and all that sort of stuff, but I don't know if he does anything else. I think he does actually sort of respect anyone who works hard. Gotta give him that much. I'll just do a quick save as well. Ooh!
Together. We're in this together.
They say, leaving the others behind.
I'll organize the troops to guard the stairs. We can hold them off for a while.
Vazo's repairing the Guardians. Elune's preparing for the...
You can't be serious about this. Let's just wait those monsters out. Abaddon wouldn't let us...
Abaddon rewards earnest work, not begging and cowering. We must hurry.
You seem to be glowing for some reason.
What is it? Of course.
Arm yourselves, soldiers!
I'll give it a try, at least.
Looks like a child's toy.
We'll give ourselves for the battery. The records are here. Keep searching.
Is this safe, Curate Loon?
It's necessary. Shimmering cloak. Torn scrolls and books with broken spines litter the floor below the shelves. Oh, you're fucking joking. Well, she's dead. Look at that.
Devil's shell.
See, Eddie can hold them off just fine. That's not gonna be a problem. Right, who's that over there? Oh, it's the monk. Shit. Oh, God bless him. And he's getting to melee with range, which is great. Well, it's admirable, but... Oh, I can't get past. Paralyzed. Oh, and now we're stuck. Never mind. It's all right now, gang. We're just stuck this time.
Be on sea.
Car's dead, pretty much. No, it's not. He's healing himself. It's good they're actually cornered there now, because if they don't move, we can cast a pillar down. Everyone, come on in. Oh no, you can't, because we're fucking paralyzed. Yippee! It's times like that, like, I'm just like, I just can't wait for this game to be over. You know? It's like, seriously, devs, don't fucking do it. Don't do paralyzed effects. It's one thing to do it to enemies, fine. But doing it to the players, it's so boring. Like, seriously, you've got enough monsters, you can surely afford one of them to be stunned. Yeah.
I'll see it done.
I will walk unseen.
And you've got the mechanic skill to do it. It's gonna be a while before I level up as well. Shit. Yeah, I have to rest again. Make sure we clear our injuries. You know, I do like in Dragon Age where there's injury kits and you can heal the injuries. But this game, they're fucking hardcore about it. And hey, it's a fine enough system, you know, it makes sure that you're not careless. But it does remove a sense of urgency from the rest of the game.
We'll hold them off as long as we can.
But something broke through it. You know what? Oh, no, man. Too late. It's paralyzed. We have to go through. No, break through. Break through. Everybody get in the room. Rogue's dead, of course she is. You fucking move. Jesus Christ in heaven. Oh, we're all paralyzed. Great, that's fun, isn't it? Nice if we could buff before the fucking fight. Oh, just go down. Don't give a shit. It's so fucking annoying. Everyone's dead. Reload the save. Fuck that. Seriously. Don't do it. Don't do paralysis. Don't do stuck. Don't have any of these effects persist out of combat. That's the one thing I hated it in Pathfinder. In fact, think about it now, because I'd love to play Pathfinder Kingmaker for the channel. But the thing is, things like that ruin it. Where you can't move to the next screen, because you have to gather your party before venturing forth. But your character's stuck doing reflex saves. And the character can't even beat the DC. Are you fucking joking me? Is this a... No, I barely said I reloaded the save. Move. Yeah. It's like the DC is higher, so I can't even beat the challenge if I tried. I would rest, but there's nothing I can do to remove that, is there?
What is it?
Jeez. Our rogue is fucked one way or another. How's this gonna work?
Zawa is ready.
What is
I don't want anyone telling me that I don't have to do the fight. No. No. I can come back when I level up. Yeah, I can. But at the same time, fuck that.
Abidan, guide us.
You know what I could do? I could just tell the devs to go fuck themselves. For doing paralysis at this level. I don't know if I've done this one or this one. Yeah, I think I have. It's not trapped. Yeah. Okay, that was a bit strongly worded. I do apologise for that. What I mean is, like, you know, I want to do the fight. I can do the fight. But if you think I'm fucking sick through paralysis after paralysis after paralysis, you got another fucking thing coming. It ain't fair. It ain't fair to sit there and do that. This moth just doesn't have a care in the world, does it? Jesus. Doesn't care. Just flying around for the sake. Alright. Yeah, it's not fun to just sit and wait for that to happen. Yeah, I have stuck, but do I have... What's this effect? Dazed? Stuck. Okay, right. So yeah, so I actually do want stuck. Great, thank you. So, hold and stuck. Let's give everyone a buff against that. That's okay, fine. Second a weakened, but what about other effects? What have I just blessed you with? Pray against restraint. Granting immunity. Okay, so it doesn't actually remove the effect. Oh, paralyzed now. Okay. So do we have a spell that removes paralysis? No, we've got charmed and dominated. Oh, we can grant a single ally immunity. Okay. Well, you're the DPS, so I want you to have it. And how long is that going to last? 30 seconds. Not too bad. But everyone else is fucking paralyzed. Jeez. It's just so miserable. And I'm very lucky to have the amount of time that I do to have this, because I really couldn't sit with this if I didn't have this much time. You know, the average gamer, I think male, in their 30s, has 2 kids, is married, has 10 hours to play a week, or plays games 10 hours a week. And I have to wait minutes for a web saving throw to be passed in Pathfinder Kingmaker or Baldur's Gate. It's so miserable. Or paralysis in this. Jesus Christ, that's bad.
As you wish.
We'll stand ready, Commandant.
Buttery Defender? Right, no. In fact, you stand there and don't let them pass. And we do this by the doorway. I can hit them because they're vessels. But in the meantime, let's just fireball. That's better. Oh, you're joking? I'm in combat. How? Right. Maybe to paralyze the petrified conditions. Okay.
Devil's shell lies empty.
What is it?
It's still one of those problems where like you kind of have to have a certain class in your party to remove that, because if you don't have the one person who can like remove paralysis, it's kind of bad. Although then again, I don't actually know how many classes can. I imagine druids can. Paladins might be able to.
Bring them down. Stand still. These ones are in for a walloping.
Sorry, everybody move, please. But yeah, one more strike and devil occurs down.
My legs fail me. What is it?
One more injury and she's dead. Like, properly dead. So either way, I have to rest again. Oh, we can't get into that.
As requested.
The records are here. Keep searching.
Is this safe, Curate
We'll
Loon?
give ourselves for the battery.
There's a whole area down there. There's a lot to uncover and I really don't want to.
Stand your ground!
God help us come to the final battle. Because I'm looking forward to that. Just 1 second. And I'm back. Oh, it might be tea time soon. I think what else annoys me in RPGs to take my mind off the whole process thing. Not much. I coin a term, Robert's Quiver. It's like an internet law, and basically the idea is the ranged combat is always more powerful in an RPG. It's completely unbalanced. It doesn't bother me as such.
Abidan gave us the tools, Vasil. We've got to make them work.
Essence. Okay. This is interesting. The skin progressively approaches the vat. It teams with soul energy, life spent in stores twice over. It roars like churning water. I'll reach for the object. Okay.
Stop! These methods belong to us, to the Pargrunen.
What is this?
Years of toil, the pride of a generation. You would steal from us? From the...
Abidan himself. You will regret your trespass.
Banning of Souls. I don't know if I've read this before. If I have, it'll be important. The margins of the text are scribbled with notes and references. The ink-stained pages appear to have seen much use in earlier times. The removal and transference of souls is a practice both ancient and sophisticated. There is evidence that the Zengwithans were particularly adept at this, yet few of the details have survived them. Some scrawled Annals of the Pargrunen, pp. 3826. Below this paragraph. What is known is that the removal of a soul is a difficult process and one that requires an expert hand and precise tools for any chance of success. Early attempts on a test pool of 138 goats left most of the subjects with maimed or fractured souls. In all but 2 of the 11 instances where the soul was successfully removed, the essence dissipated before scholars could capture it. The words "transfer to holding vessel" are written and underlined at the margin. The process requires conductive materials, copper and artery specifically. Immersion in water is important to ensure that the soul is drawn to in a steady and uniform manner, with no distortions or breakages. A warped soul is at best useless and at worst unpredictable. An arrow points from this paragraph to a scrunched note. Extraction pool and CR 18 foot wide, 3 to 2 wide. We have since mastered the process of soul transference and have seen the benefits of infusing forged work with the essence of animals and wilder. What we see... Text is a bit funky there. What we might see... what remains to be seen is whether we might see greater gains or from using the souls of Kith, where we would we would procure the appropriate subjects and how much personality and autonomy test we would want to leave intact in such cases. A string notes winds around, and below the paragraph says, criminals, prisoners of war, pickles, volunteers, and ending with Forge Guardians in block letters.
I'll give it as requested, at least.
So shit's gonna go on outside. That ain't good. What's new there? Yeah, but like Robert's Quiver. It's like, and I first discovered like this in Two Worlds, where I sort of just played around with archery just a little bit. And what do you know? Archery or marksmanship is the most powerful thing. In Skyrim, stealth arch is like the sort of main thing. In Dragon Age, archery is really fucking good. If you're a rogue archer, what can I say? You're gonna win, right? Yeah. I don't know what it is about game devs that don't balance the archery side of the game. I'm not complaining.
What's this?
It's nice to, like, as far as I'm concerned, it's an easy way out. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I mean, I didn't even see that she died, but, like, that's just a piss take. Stop taking the fucking piss with this. Okay? I am sick of games doing this thing where, oh yeah, by the way, all of a sudden, to keep the fight really interesting, we're going to do what every other game dev does and spawn enemies behind you. You know, Dark Souls 2, I hate Dark Souls 2 for this sort of stuff. Spam bushes. There's nothing you can do other than just be overwhelmed. That's the game's idea of good design, is it? Just overwhelming the player. But bullshit. Now, fuck it. So now I gotta rest again. My construction is complete. They're not going anywhere. Right, what else needs doing? Not really a whole lot that actually needs doing. A random plant would be nice. I'm gonna go with the Artificer's Hall. Just so we've got this nice, complete block of things done.
As you wish.
Right here.
Right, hon. You're staying there.
Zawa is ready.
You're staying. No.
Very well.
Open.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Hey.
Thank you.
What is it?
Right.
Zawa is ready.
You're staying here to guard her.
What is
We're all going out this way.
I think I see something.
The reason why I did that is because someone's got to stay behind to hold off the bad guys. You can now join the combat. Doing that. So at least she's alive. Get some of those burning fists going. Heal yourself. I'm going to send you some more support down that way. Let's have some, the tentacles. Yeah, you're immune to tentacles. Okie dokie. Let's have a fireball. What's the immunity to? Yeah, more guys needed down here than he does. So, I'm sorry, isn't it? Okay. So you two can... No, you fucking idiot, what are you doing? Oh, excuse me once again. Right, I'm back. It is indeed food time. I'm gonna finish this off.
I have no use here.
Yes. Well.
You can still attack that, you know. So sneak attacks on that.
No prisoners.
Yeah, she seems to suit ranged combat better.
Well.
That's obviously that way. So let's talk about it's like ranged combat in so many games. It's just way better than melee, and it takes, at least it starts off way more powerful. Like if in order to best like ranged attackers, yeah, it's really hard. And not mention as well, like in
Hey. Fetch our best armors. Yes. Must stand up for the heat.
Right away, Master Vaz.
As you wish.
armory key. Okay.
I'll give it a try, as requested.
Of course, it was a trap. It just wasn't going to be that easy, was it? So is this trap just going to keep on going on, or? Oh, I see.
Keeping an eye out.
Yeah, so it just takes too long in places to get to the part where like, you're really good or really competent at what your character's meant to do. To catch up with the ranged attackers. But in Two Worlds especially, yeah, like enemies are very good at ranged attacks. And the thing is as well, like your attacks are so slow, you can't really keep up with them in melee. Production. No, I think everything else is just belts and such. We don't need scouts anymore.
Arm yourselves, soldiers!
There's really just this area here, which I'm looking forward to. But hey ho. Yeah, I talk about Two Worlds a lot. I loved it. It's like I had a little bit of a love-hate relationship with it, and eventually I was like, you know what? I'm really taking the time to like it. I was listening to the entirety of the works that are on Amazon, Audible, of Elric of Melniboné.
Hey.
And yeah, they're really good. Can't recommend them highly enough.
Very well.
Oh, he's stuck, that's why. I suppose just heal him.
Stand still.
Man, he's down.
What is it? Kill them all! I need something sharper.
I will walk unseen.
I'll give it a try. Request, at least.
Overseeing. Notice an ability area effect. Nice. Okay. So I'm not. Obviously, that's important, but I want to know what the significance of that is. Yeah. I mean, Two Worlds is a game I've considered playing as well for Let's Play, but I'm like, it takes a long time to really get it going. Remember old Berggren? We're all Berggren. Okay. You know that the sapphire pressing in Olvalia releases the pressure. The other two. Okay. Okay. So, Olvalia, Living Lands, Rautai.
What is
okay. I'll just quick save for this. Yeah, so like Two Worlds, like it's fun, but and it is the sort of game where like yeah I can talk through it,
Laying low.
but yeah. Otherwise, Nature's Mark, defense against the purge of toxins, not bad. Yeah, let's get this read. The Elven Kingdom of Culklin warred with the Aedea Kingdom for nearly 2 centuries before the two powers merged. During that time, many of the fiercest conflicts flared up along the edge of the Sithwood, where the two powers shared a border. The Sithwood elves used the jungle terrain to their advantage, and quickly became infamous for their cunning and brutal tactics. Skirmishes with felled trees behind invading Aedea forces, while treads made more to grow in their path, confusing and stalling their foes. They would often pair these maneuvers with devastating lightning-fast attacks, surrounding lost platoons and dragging stragglers into the forest. Most notoriously, they would hang their victims from the trees to warn off further attacks. The Culklin of the Sithwood were swift and improvised attack quickly, owing in part to the use of everyday tools, axes, knives, and bows, as weapons of war. Axes such as the Woodwease have been used against folk and tree alike. Nice, but how does he end up here? Constitution 3, reflex, 2 reflex. At the very least, all these will be good to sell. 10% spell damage. Oh, hello there. And what are you getting there? Yeah, you're definitely having these gloves. Increased spell damage. 10% extra spell damage. That's a lot.
Yes.
That is a lot there. So we're taking that. Okay, I'm going to a big part now. I think it's best to save, and maybe even have a bit of a resty poo before we proceed further. Don't worry, the Linky will wait for us. Yeah. Yeah, like Two Worlds, I'd love to talk about it, because I talked about it in my Oblivion, in a bit of Oblivion series, where it was hailed as like the Oblivion killer. It had quite a cultural impact at the time. In that Bethesda's throne sort of needed to be toppled, and it kind of just failed miserably. Yeah.
Step lightly.
I can do that, as requested.
Yeah, just giving us some potions and some camping supplies before we begin. Searing flames, combusting wounds, 2 per rest. Oh, bugger.
The Guardians will hold the door as long as need be.
Everyone else is ready. So few of us remain.
Lord Abidon, guide our hands and steel our hearts. Give us the mercy of your horde.
Okay. I'm just trashing some stuff before we continue. Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, I didn't mean to screenshot something there. But yeah. Yeah, it was interesting, Two Worlds. And be interesting to see if there's another game coming out as well. It would never be in the same vein as the original, though.
Carvings.
The pillar tugs at your essence, a pulse from the world itself moves through it. More ingots. I certainly hope we've got all of them. Few tokens, other coins, and scatter ribbon. Battery watchtower. This must take us. This takes us to the other one. So wait, are you saying that after all that, we could just take the express route? It's gone. Yep. Yes, it is.
I heard tell you fought in the Saints' War. Which side was that?
It didn't matter much in the end. Both sides lost.
Just as well. Got no love for either.
Suppose I don't either these days.
So, your squad ever come through Coldmore?
Uh-uh. Never made it up that way.
Then we're still good.
The crumbling edge of the stone platform suggests there was one stairs leading down from here, perhaps joining the pathway some distance below. It seems a manageable jump from here on this side, but you doubt we'll be able to return the same way. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll accept that. Fair cop. But yeah. Got a feeling I'm going to be fighting these, if anything gets caught. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's go on ahead. Let's see if this is what's going to get things going. To think that this is only part 1. A large stone dragon stands silent vigil at one end of this circular chamber. Within its maw is a vast network of steel dividers, tubes, and vents indicating that this impressive construction served as the furnace for the White Forge. There's a shallow basin at the foot of the surface, and in the eye sockets of the skull itself are golden rings, evidently meant to house a sort of manner of gem. Okay, I'll place an Ardrasphere in the left eye socket. With a little climbing, you are able to reach the eye socket and carefully wedge the sphere into place. It fits snugly, and you think you sense a small ripple of energy as the eye sets within. You feel a faint vibration through the skull. It grows in intensity until the very ground seems to shake, loose cobblestones rattling in their settings. You leap from the furnace to confront what is coming.
What stirs in the heart of the battery?
Yeah, this is preparing us for the fight now. Oh dear. Place an Ardrasphere in the right socket. The Ardrasphere we place in the place of the right orange light. Yeah, the rattling machinery.
Heat. Tremors. They return.
Alright. Let's save. We've only got one more thing to do. This might be one of those times where we have to eat some food. Let's see if we need to do that first. Well, let's see how this goes. But I can't imagine this going all too well. In fact, not much time is going to pass. So let's fill our characters with some food. We need this to go as smoothly as it possibly can, so I'm giving them everything. Well, while I'm doing this, I will actually talk about Two Worlds a bit more because it was a great. It had so many great ideas. I think it was just maybe just not the right time, and certainly not what it wanted to be because it was massively hyped up. And I will blame the interviewers for basically hyping it up and turning it into what it was. Not that they're not entirely at fault, of course. You know, the developers did say the things they wanted to say. And that, of course, led to shenanigans. Dragon meat dish. Oh, I'll say that for later. But yeah. One thing I really liked about it is like the different skills there were. So like, yeah, you could level up your swimming, you could level up your horse riding. The weapons as well, there were lots of different styles that you could use. You could learn assassination, coup de grace. You could learn to riposte and parry and block better, shield bash. You could learn different techniques for your bow. You know, a lot of things that, as well, that we take for granted in CRPGs today, I think were better helped by Two Worlds. Yeah. One of the cool things I remember was like you can actually learn a skill on how to hit people with your torch and do burn damage to them. You could shove your torch into their face and blind them and burn them, you know, that sort of thing. Lots of different cool skills. Yeah. Again, doesn't sound like much today, but it's like saying that Seinfeld isn't funny. You know, it's like so there's the idea that Seinfeld isn't funny, and it's really just because it's telling the jokes that everyone already knows. But it's because Seinfeld was the first to do it that it's not really funny, you know? It's like a lot of old stuff today we don't fully appreciate because, again, there were other games that, other shows that did it first or whatever. Same applies here. So yeah, so I like Two Worlds. It had a great magic system as well. Like I know everyone praises Two Worlds too, but I like the idea of like collecting cards and upgrading them. The alchemy system wasn't too bad either. Yeah, some really good stuff for that. I love the alchemy, making and selling potions. Yeah. Interesting. Devil Karok cannot consume food. She can't consume food or drink. Well, I never. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's actually kind of cool from like a role-playing point of view that this is a character who's, you know, obviously like a synthetic creature, and they can't actually use the items that other people take for granted. That's better. Yep, it's now just loading up all the things that all the perks. Okay, let's place the stone disc in the hollow space behind the basin. Hitting the water, sinking into position. From deep within the surface comes a startling metallic screech as if some hidden mechanism has come to life. From the vents around you rise hot, stale air and the glow of rising fires. Okay. Bodiless voices howl in despair.
Remember yourselves, Pargrunen. Defend the battery.
Hopefully their vessels. Yes, indeed. So what's this spell do? Hell's okay, it purges projections and speeds at doom. Does content burns damage. Leaves 2 additional neighborhoods. I'll protect everybody. Well, enemies for some stuff. Let's do some corrode damage. Just some of these constructs. Let's do some lightning damage as well. Use some of those flaming fists if you could. I need to start using some more spells. Ah, consecrate ground, yes! Let's consecrate the ground, let's get some heals up. What else we got? Shining Beacon causes enemies to take burn damage. They're probably very resistant to it, I would imagine. They're immune to fire, okay. Inflicting freeze damage to enemies. Let's just start healing. Nice, I like that. That might have to spell. Oh, I have to be a Spell Master. This combat's over. I need a quick save. There we go. And restart the fabled White Forge. Is an achievement I've just unlocked. Well, that was pretty good. Never underestimate food. That's all I'm going to say. You're not you when you're hungry. I'm not either. I get angry. It's not nice. It's not good. I'm going to do better lately, though. So, what's our quest now? The White Forge. I need to figure out how to use it.
As you wish.
Of course, a stone.
Stop, Marauder! Our bodies are dust already. Must you profane holy ground with further violence? Did the height of our walls offend you? Did we cross your borders? Sail you weak steel? Tell us, why did you invade our fortress?
Durgen's battery has been deserted for 200 years.
No, that cannot be. Abingdon wouldn't allow it.
Wake up, Exandru. This is why Abaddon gave us the White Forge, that we might take up arms and deal with villains like this.
Such a magnificent device, and she can only see it as a tool for war. She shames our grandparents, who wandered this continent and...
Quiet, both of you! Can't you feel it? This chill. This silence. But you entered our keep and found it abandoned. Ruined. What happened to us?
The official record is that you destroyed yourselves, but it looks like someone or something invaded the battery. I love this. Lore 5. Stories say that you fought among yourselves and destroyed one another. That's what the stories say. The lore says it. Intellect, however, is believing what you're seeing before you. The official history is that you destroyed yourselves, but it looks like someone or something invaded the battery.
I'd never seen anything like them. Twice the size of any ogre, and positively fearless. They were...
eyeless. Yet no matter how hard we fought or how deep we hid, they kept coming for us. What were they?
Some kind of magfolk, but bigger than any we knew of. We who survived never got close.
They were relentless. Unnaturally so.
Why did they attack you? They didn't start to explain themselves. Yet I wondered at what monstrous wilder might survive in such a place like this.
We should have taken our steel and pushed east.
What's to say they didn't come from the east? From the lands Maroons so coveted?
It was a punishment for taking this gift of Abidon, the White Forge, and squandering it on our greed and vanity.
The other voices say nothing, but you feel their doubt and descend in the stifling heat of the forge. Go on.
We retreated until there was no place left to go. Until those of us who remained were here.
Here, with the salvation Abidon had left us.
You've used the White Forge to channel your souls into the battery.
Yes, using the same methods with which we had fashioned so much cold steel.
So the dwarves never expired? Not truly.
It was agony. Feeling your soul ripped from your flesh. Feeling every part of you torn asunder. But it saved us.
Imprisoned us.
It was Abidon's grace. Now, we inhabit the monument our people built to the White Forge.
What does this have to do with Abaddon?
The White Forge belongs to Abidon, of course. It is here that he built his own body.
And whether he found this place or created it, it's a truly remarkable smithy.
We Pargrunin are wanderers by nature. But it was Abidon's call that led our forefathers here after generations spent along the Pearl Coast and Air Glonfath.
So the old stories say. Then again, I can't see any other reason our grandfathers would have stayed here when greener lands lay east.
How does the White Forge work?
Its fires have been blessed by Abidon. They're fed by Aora's molten heartbeat and veined with Audra that runs to the center of the world.
Which explains their conductive power. See, these Audra veins allowed us to siphon essence into steel as we shaped it.
And that essence, the extraordinary heat of the forge, and our smith's skill is what made Durgen's steel so remarkable.
I see. Now you're here in Durgen's battery.
Stuck here, you mean? With all the others who sought to escape the Eyeless.
To observe the passage of centuries in peace and solitude. That would be perfection. Reliving memories of a lost battle and feeling the gradual crumbling of these stones. Had we thought longer of the fate that awaited us, we might have chosen a quick death, this slow agony.
Blasphemy! There's no greater honor than remaining here, watching over the White Forge.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
I only wish we could protect this humble monument better.
Anything. We were once among the greatest smiths in the known world. Tell me, do Kith still speak of us?
Yes, 20. Okay. Yes, and highly. You are regarded as master smiths.
That is good to know. It's only a shame that this legacy is nothing but a memory.
Roy Forge radiates gentle warmth. I like how their emotions are being channeled through the forge. How there. Yeah, I like that. Radiates gentle warmth.
Is this why you braved the restless souls of Durgen's battery? To recover the process of Durgen's steel?
There's a village called Starwart that's fallen hard times. They asked me to find the White Forge. At the submission you feel a softening in the essence of the Pargrunin. In one moment each soul and fragment is distinct, and in the next they form an indistinguishable host. You perceive them as a school of fish caught in a tide, a flurry of snowflakes in the wind, a pantry full of fragrant spices. One of those is not like the other.
Then I hope you're satisfied with what you found here.
At least you got to leave this place. But it was good.
It was good to be remembered, however briefly.
As the souls of Durgen's battery speak to you, their collective essence takes shape, much like Merwald's did. There are scores of them, all torn by conflicting purposes and trapped in the memory of their lost battle. You taste the bitterness of their uncertain existence and feel the persistent ache of centuries. It is a slow, agonizing fate. You find it in your power to grant them another. I could bind them to the White Forge, tend to your legacy, remain here and lend your skills to others. Release them from Durgen's battery. You are free to roam again, to enter the wheel and seek new lives. Yeah, we're gonna release them to the wheel. You perceive the tenuous connections between the souls and the battery. As you sever them, the souls cry out, in some in relief and others in rage. Pressure builds in the ether, which swarms with essence and energy. You cover your ears and grit your teeth against the devastating hum that builds in the core of your soul. The White Forge is now available for your use. It has the unique ability to refine Durgen iron ingots. Multiple iron ingots are required to create a single refined ingot. At refinement, these ingots may be used at any time in enchanting recipes to augment weapons, shields, and armor with Durgen steel. So, craft iron ingot. Oh, we need to find more. Well, that was fun.
So the dwarves of Durgen's battery did not destroy themselves after all. They fell to invaders.
A shame that they were, for them, they were destroyed. They must have become great. They seem to have left so much behind.
We have discovered things thought to be lost. Their influence may yet persist, but we have seen no invaders, and the battery was shut. Did they come only to destroy the dwarves, and then leave?
That's actually a really good point.
Yes.
Perhaps we'll discover that in the White March Part 2, but we don't need to do that until like near the very end of the game. Yeah, because we're going to need some levels. But that went well. Like, for all my frustrations with the spirits,
stepped out of Durgen's battery and into
it's
the
a
new
very
snow
good,
outside.
it's a very good expansion.
Word had already spread of strange lights rising from the fortress, and energy crackling in the sky. The survivors of Starward flocked to Durgen's battery, their steps hastened by the promise of peace and prosperity at last. They mended their walls, gathered their strength, and prepared their town for the new opportunities that were sure to come. And with the voices of Durgen's battery silent at last, none heard the distant groan of something stirring among the peaks, as massive and relentless as an avalanche.
Completed the Pillars of Eternity, the White March Part 1. Begin the next chapter of the rest of the location outside the White March. The Forgotten Army. Let's jump across. Oh. Find enter the silver eye that you lodged in the ruins. Stormcaller. Okay. So the silver arrow from the wolf has made the bow. Stormcaller. Is it in my inventory? Because I've not seen a bow here. Stormcaller, there we are. Oh, it's a bound weapon. Okay. Well, that's definitely going to Sagani. Yeah, as much as our rogue would love it, no, there's someone else who can use it so much better.
Well,
And it's a hunting bow, which is what they're proficient in. So there we have it. That is the White March. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, focus on them first.
What is it?
of course.
There's something down here as well, wasn't there? We haven't explored. Don't think I really want to go in here, especially if it's a dungeon. Oh, somebody help me, okay. Tear up around Ada's waist. Oh, it's just starting to crack. Climb down. Continue the descent. Press on. Constitution 17 is unfazed by the freezing winds. Dive after him. There we go. Oh, thank you. I've been down here for so long, I thought I was done, but I'm heading back to town. Watch your step out there. Very nice indeed.
Yes.
Yep. So, don't know what's going to happen if we go into part 2 of the White March, finishing off other quests. Like, is that dragon still going to be there? Because I can fight, I might be able to fight it. I've got flaming weapons now, so maybe. We can give it a go. Now let's talk to the mayor. We have other NPCs that we can talk to as well. I think that might be it for me tonight, because by the time I've eaten my dinner, my food, I think maybe tomorrow I might carry on. I've done 3 bits today. I've done a lot of content. Yeah, it'd be good for me to, just rest my eyes a bit, so I'm ready for tomorrow. Don't need any eye strain. Sorted.
Been 200 years since folks set foot in Durgen's battery. Now you've cracked the place wide open, and with quite the display. Thanks to your help, we just might pull through. You've done a lot.
And here, I've been saving these. Some of the last gems we recovered before we had to close the mines. With any luck, we'll have them open again. I'm glad I could help. So are we, but I'm hoping you'll make the use of the White Forge too, if you haven't already. After all, it doesn't get much better than Durgen steel. If you can forge some of your existing gear, you'll have a powerful set of equipment in your hands. So what happens now for Stalwart? Now it's up to us to use this opportunity to pull ourselves together. I'm still not pleased about having Berrigan's clan a stone's throw away from our gates, but I'll have to hope that your deal with her holds. One other thing that would have helped is having Taina still with us. She knew down near everything about mining. Real shame, but we should know. We should have known she wouldn't be with us much longer. To be honest, I didn't really think anyone could open the battery. It just gave folk something to hope for. I still don't know if the White Forge will be enough to keep us going, but at least we've got a chance.
What's on your mind?
Says I'm in a soul.
How much did the old snake pay you, Sina Hiod?
You thought you'd let a killer walk among us?
Let's go.
A wet smack. Oh god, even the Obsidian are doing it now. That was just the Kickstarter backers. A wet leopard smack.
Enough.
If you want to read this, please do. I'll just go through it.
What's on your mind?
Aldrich.
You really did it. You found the White Forge. Now to see what it really does for this place.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not reading any souls. Like, the whole soul reading thing here is good, but it was mostly just for the purposes of unlocking the White Forge. Getting other people's souls. So, yeah. I need to go down this way, though. Yes, sir.
I hope you've had some luck. And do take care with that device. It has a few rather delicate components.
I didn't find any ore deposits, but I did find this.
What? So it works? What a day! But why these gems? I didn't think the device would be able to pick up inert Audra. Fascinating. I have to study this further. But all the same, it worked! At last! A breakthrough! With that Audra to work from, I can refine the enchantments. We'll be digging up iron, gold, Audra, all of it!
Give her the gems. Happy to help.
This is going to change everything. Oh, and I won't leave you empty-handed, of course. Here, I had this set aside for supplies, but I don't think I'll be staying in Stalwart much longer. I won't forget all you've done for me. They'll hear about this back home, I promise you. Who knows? Perhaps they'll name the next battery after you.
Rodney's battery. It's really got a ring to it, hasn't it? Clerical errors. Okay. Toward the end of the Saints' War, the Battle of Mercy Vale saw the Deerwoodens suffer a terrible defeat at the hands of their northern neighbours, the Red Serens. Many relics of Magranite saints were lost when invaders took the Church of the Winding Flame. In the years since the war's end, all of the relics were believed to have been accounted for. It wasn't until that Magran's faithful realized the 3 items erroneously marked down as recovered. The hand of Saint Igrad, a lock of hair from Saint Dadwin, and the tears of Saint Baragia. Magranites are making inquiries across the Deerwood about their whereabouts. Well, for that, we're obviously going to assign Durgens. Is it true? I saw the lights on the bench. Did you really open it? I can't believe it. Let's go and try and fight a dragon. This won't go badly. Or maybe even take out the bounty hunters. I wonder if we can do that. So the bounties. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. But yeah, the White Match Part 1 is a pretty good DLC. I love it. My only problem with it is the spirits. And you could probably deal with them on lower difficulties. But my god, it sucks. It sucks so bad. To just be paralyzed and paralyzed and paralyzed. And, oh my Christ. It's bad.
Right.
Yeah, I'm using everything to kill these guys. I think it's going to take a bit more than everything, isn't it?
None shall stop us.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to need our rogue to take that one out. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, they ain't going down.
Get up.
Yeah, that's too powerful. Worth a try. Yeah, so, God help us with the dragon. Let's see how that goes. But otherwise, we're pretty much done. Yeah, as I say, it's a good expansion. I say recommend it. You're probably going to get it in any additional pillars you get anyway, so... but what I mean is I recommend doing it. I do not recommend scaling up the enemies. They are annoying enough as is, in this area especially.
As you wish.
Yeah, they're a pain in my ass. Don't bother with them. In fact, I wonder if I can actually hit them from over there. I'll let them come to me. Just to get a bit of an early advantage. And then they have to run to me. Let's see if we can do this.
Leave.
I've no patience. Careful. Was that the road? While I can. Since eventually I noticed something I killed. At last, only a handful. Nor is it possible for most to feel the experiences of another so keenly. But it has always been this way with my soul twins. Our essence remains connected somehow. I eventually hunted down some of my missing siblings. Others returned to me in other skins and other lives, as that boy did. As interesting as this conversation has been, I've had enough of it. Moments ago you condemned my hunger, and now you sing a different tune. The more I hear, the less I trust.
Fair enough. Oh, there's also spectres as well. That's great. I've got a feeling this is an unwinnable fight. Let's not bother. Oh, yeah, I'm not facing the dragon on those times. Fuck that. If it's available in part 2, great. If not... I mean, there is... I guess there is a case for, you know, unbeatable content and whatnot. Or things that, like, you're not meant to face until a very long time later. I get that. At the same time, like, this is like... I could just reload a save. And it's like, the idea of, like, the world continuing without you doesn't really sort of matter as much. Oh, so that is actually a quest that you went to beat. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do that just yet. Oh, Tafira. The Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Because I can't think of where else I'd have to go for that. So that must be here. Oh, no, I'm stuck. You know what, this quest is waiting. Fuck this. Spirits, hate them. Can't stand them. Not bothering. Yeah. I quit. As I say, the expansion is good, but I'm not dealing with them. I'm not dealing with this area. No. I could absolutely employ better tactics and strategies. Absolutely. I'm not going to, though. I can't be arsed. Yeah, not to mention as well, like, I kind of, like... pretty much, like, about...
How is it the Nalpazga are so untroubled by ridicule?
2 parts ago, I wasn't really that
Can such
bothered.
techniques be taught?
You do not have what it takes to learn.
About... in fact, no, I said, like, as soon as I got into, like, Durgen's battery, I was like, I just want to get this done now. There are, I think of maybe... no, I don't know what would I say. I suppose at the time, yeah, if you're paying like 15 quid or whatever for this expansion, yeah, of course you want more side quests, you want more content. But at the same time, it's like, I kind of actually just want to get back to the main quests. Like, I've had my fun, I want to now just play the game. You know? In fact, I need to go to the end, don't I? So, yeah, I don't know how I feel. Like, I think it's just one of those things where it's like, it just sort of states as welcome. But I say that of a lot of expansions, DLCs.
You really did it. I mean, people have always come through here, talking about opening the battery, claiming the White Forge, all that. But I didn't think anyone would ever really manage it. I told Renegild I'd be willing to help with getting the mines back in order. You know, do my part. Figure we can turn this place around, now that you've laid the foundation.
I like that NPCs are showing gratitude. It's really good. Yeah. But yeah, it's like on the one hand you kind of need this many side quests, and on the other hand, it kind of just gets a bit too much and whatnot. So yeah, it's alright.
Heard the big news. There really isn't anything you can't do, is there? This will do so much for Stalwart. You can see it in everyone's faces.
Yeah, so I'm looking for someone. She might be downstairs though. With the loading screen. It doesn't matter how long it is, it's still a loading screen. And there's going to be a loading screen when I go back upstairs as well. Yeah, I enjoy the expansion. I do. And I look forward to playing the second part of the White March. But my god. I'm done. Like, the thing is, I will be totally honest. It is entirely the fault of the spirits. That's the thing.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah. It's entirely the spirits that have got me in a tizzy. There you are.
You look like you've been in the wilds. You see my wagon out there? You've saved my hide. I can't thank you enough. But I hope you'll take this.
Fair enough, I'll take my reward
Here,
then.
as promised. Thanks again. With a little luck, I'll trade these blizzards in for a sea breeze soon enough.
Good haul. Anything else we could do here? Cragholt. No. Transform. No. 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 Color is completed. Durgen's acquired around the Deerwood and found the hand of Sigurd Arad in her Mercurio shop. Lock of hair from St. Adam, a girl's doll in Loghorn, and the tears of St. Baragia around the neck of a vicious mercenary in Rowan's End. The rebuilt Church of Winding Flame was grateful for the return of all these relics, but during Durgen's investigations, two high-ranking priests of Magaram passed a doubt on the patriotism of St. Baragia. Using evidence of the original copy of her Vita, the priests generated enough criticism that the church reluctantly turned away St. Baragia's tears. Their loss was Durgen's gain. Final rites and mending. Grants the radiance unconscious and 50% healing done. Nice. Now I need to go back and find Dr. Gator. See about what this Animancer wants. But yeah, other than that, there's no more quests I need to do here. Yeah, it is a good expansion. Like, I've criticized it, but really, like, the only thing that bothers me is the spirits. And the fucking paralysis. It's so annoying. Everything else is fine, though. I think no. I'll tell you what, my criticisms I said before about I was thinking is welcome, no. That's not true. It's the spirits. It's the difficulty of that area before. I don't like that. You know? I haven't tuned up the difficulty. If I did, that would be impossible. I wouldn't be doing that. So, yeah. Let's go to Kadnua. 24 hours. Works for me. And the next part, we will be advancing the main quest. Or we'll do some strongholds of Kadnua. Or Endless Paths of Kadnua. Because we've got quite a few levels under our belt now. We've got some gear.
I must say, I'm impressed.
And let's build the next thing. How many more things have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's build the woodland trails. That's a quick save. Let's get ourselves in, and then I'm going to upload these videos. And, yeah. Of course, if anyone does have any advice on how to do those parts of the White March, that'd be great. Ideally, I don't want to lose access to them, but if I do, fair enough. That's what happens. Some nice stuff. Lots of money. 13,000 coppers. Gator, not to me. I'm Gator. I'm a researcher in the field of animancy. I could use some assistance, if you're willing to hear me out. Very well, let's hear it. I'm looking into the Biowick problem. That is, forces that can unhouse souls from their vessels. I'm trying to develop some kind of defense to protect people against these forces. Okay. So that's what it is. So it removes the souls from the body. The trouble is, investigating the unhoused souls in the first place requires more souls. I haven't been able to arrange any test subjects. I need your help. We've lost so many people to these Biowicks already. Imagine if we could prevent such things from ever happening again. Perhaps you can use something other than Kith for these tests. I'd be willing to use other alternative subjects, if you have a suggestion. There are vessels all over Heritage Hill. I'm sure the people at the Defense Way would appreciate you through the mass level. Yes, but working with vessels can be dangerous. Give 2,000 copper pans. Have some muscle, that'll help. It certainly will. Thank you, I'll put the money to good use. With a good team, I'm sure we can gather a few subjects. A cure can't be far away. Strongholds gain 1 prestige. But I could send Idea to help. But I need him, I'm afraid. So there we go. So they'll be back in 3 days with results. So yeah. I don't think there really is anything left to do now except go to the Hermit.
I must say, I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's all coming along. The Warden's Lodge there. Let's go along the bridge this time. Yeah, and that's where I'm going to call it. But yeah, I love the expansion. I think it's great. It's very refreshing. And
if you say so.
What do I do? Recovery. Yeah. Let's go here. But yeah, it's a good expansion, and I'm happy to have played it. It's the part I look forward to most when playing Pillars. A very refreshing and nice change of pace. Sorrel. And this is where we'll be. But first, I just want to quickly have a chat with... Sorry. You need a bow. That one's very good. But how would you like Stormcaller instead? So it's fast, range 12 meters, okay, fine. Persistence is more damage. and 20%. Oh god, it's actually sounded really good. Bar 30% more damage and accuracy. But let's see what happens when we bind it to you. Look at that, looking great already. And bind your soul to it. You got to deal 250 shock damage to enemies with Stormcaller.
What is it?
Which shouldn't be too hard. Oh, and of course you level up. Right, let's give you your stealth. It's Merciless Companion. So, the sneak attack damage stuff we can do now. We've got Thorny Roots, Binding Roots, no. Pretty sure. No, let's go for Merciless Companion. In fact, reload speed for crossbows are less than firearms. Marksman. Blows, utility. Quick switch might actually be good for Aeloth. Just trying to see if there's anything else here. Shot on the run. That would be good. Range recovery when moving. But I want to go for Merciless Companion, because now we know how sneak attack works. We can go for that. And level 11. Let's hold off. I know I've got other things. Companion, play dead. Falls over and pretends to be dead, cannot be targeted for a limited time. And then we get endurance. That's actually kind of cool. Stunning shots. Stun the enemy. That's actually really good. Master's Call. And takedown. Start looking prone. Range 6 pounds once time. Defense against AoE attacks. Yes. I'm going to do that. Because I've noticed it in a lot. When everyone's health is going down by half, it's an AoE attack. So increasing the defense against that is going to be really good. So, hopefully they can either outright avoid it or they can the damage from it.
Yes.
So, let's save the game there. I really want to continue playing, I really do, but I need to take a break because I need to eat. And I really want to carry on tomorrow, but I've got other games I can play, keep me occupied in the meantime. So there we are. Thank you ever so much for watching this extra long part. I say extra long part, no longer than the 8-hour one I've done, but still. But yes, thank you for watching all of the White March content, it's greatly appreciated. Looking forward to playing some more. But thanks so much for watching, take care, stay for now, and for the love of God, be on the lookout for vessels or spirits. Alright, take care, bye for now.